beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beast, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Hey, final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Yeah. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we toke all of that. from an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right out the seat. How could it be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see, they start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for clout. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look half free. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just a formal warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. And they go with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them doors on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe.
All alone.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play the Hot Wheels game though. That Hot Wheels game looks like it's gonna be fun. Now that's on Game Pass.
What game?
Yeah, that game was added to PS Plus as well. Oh, but you got PC.
Yeah, I got the Xbox Game Pass, so they had said the Hot Wheels.
They didn't know a whole lot of trill game heads like me.
I was like, oh, let me give this game a try. It's fine. And speaking of that, like Game Pass is actually looking pretty good for all the way up till May. We got some pretty decent drops every month.
Alright, we go live in like 40 seconds.
Got you. Oh.
Hey, hello everyone. How long you guys been live?
Not that long.
The show's just about to start. We start.
I think you guys.
We start in 15 seconds. All right, so let's.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to intro us in. Just do it. Hey everyone, welcome to this. Oh, what happened here? Oh, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to your daily dose of vitamin G. Got a little bit mixed up with the OBS, kind of crashed on me, but let's see if we can have a smooth show from here. Welcome to episode 189. Today I have with me my esteemed panel of members. We got the full crew, except Dante. I guess he's getting his rest. We're gonna kick this off by hey, saying what's up with Nappy, seeing what's up with Nappy Senshi. I'll get myself together.
How's it going, everyone? This is Nappy. I'm good.
You're good. What you been playing?
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, What's going on, everyone? This is Nappy Senshi, your favorite neighborhood ninja, raising the village hand in the hood. So games I've been playing, as you guys can see behind me, I've been playing Sunset Overdrive. I just finished a review for one of my controllers that I was reviewing. So after this, you could probably, if you want to look at another controller that I've been playing around with, you can go ahead. Besides Sunset Overdrive, I've got into Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I never played it and I heard it was good and it's on Game Pass. So I was like, okay. Also, I've been playing, of course, I've been playing Tales of Symphonia on my phone. I just beat the Fire Temple, moving right to the Water Temple, and I've been playing Skies of Arcadia Legends. Skies of Arcadia on my phone as well with this controller, and I am actually at the Fire Temple. I'm at the Green Temple, about to get the Green Crystal. So other than that, yeah, everything's been pretty good. Got another controller I'm currently reviewing. That's like a $40 budget controller, and I have to say, like, this is probably a extreme bang for your buck as far as input latency, buttons, and that joystick accuracy, which is really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on with me. Got a lot of controller reviews and a lot of gaming.
All right. Now there's a guy we have been missing for a couple weeks, and he goes by the name of Omar. How have you been, my guy?
What's up, man? Yeah, I went to Lebanon, got engaged 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Had to be missing. Thank you. I
Congrats,
left Lebanon. Sorry.
I said congrats.
Thanks. I left Lebanon and then the freaking earthquake happened, which is scary. When it comes to gaming, when it comes to gaming, in Lebanon I didn't game. Like today is literally the first day I've been gaming. I finished Action Verge 2. Had a blast with that one. Highly recommend it. And I continued playing .hack GU. I'm in the second CD right now.
Oh,
That's
you're in the
about it.
second. That's good. Diag GU is actually a good game. Actually, after the second one, that's where you're going to see the most growth from Haseo.
Yeah, Haseo is such a fantastic character, but it's a slow build up.
It is a slow build up, but yeah, especially after the second game, that's when he like hits his like mature and he becomes like the character you want to love. So yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not my first time playing it. I remember playing up until the third one, but I forgot all about the story. So I was like, let me finish it, especially with now having a fourth one. You played the fourth one as well?
Yes, I did play the fourth one. I beat it. It is extremely shorter compared to the first three.
Yeah,
but
I heard that.
But it's still good. They gave it to, it was worth it with the combined 3 games and the ending. It just basically gives you closure on the Hack GU series.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so
that's about it.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Captain Xbox, Jubei, what have you been playing? What's been good, my guy?
Hey, what up, everybody? It's been Madden. I dropped 59 on somebody in my league, 59-7. Told him eat a dick. Told him eat a whole dick because he was talking that shit in the Discord. But yeah. Other than that, I'm excited to get into some Wizard shenanigans. I'm about to change my shit to New Zealand when I get home, and
so the
see
game
what's
releases tomorrow?
If you got the deluxe edition, yes, you can play it tonight at 10 or.
So you're not continuing your stuff because of the spider?
Oh, that was that was a joke, bro. Like,
I believed it because I know how scared you are of spiders.
I can't fucking stand them damn things, bro. I'm gonna have to make do though.
So Hogwarts worth of spiders.
Yeah, I mean, not having I'm spoiled off this arachnophobia mode from Grounded, but I know spiders is like pretty much in a lot of like adventure-y ass games, like whether that's fucking Elder Scrolls or Hogwarts in this case. So I just got to deal.
Well, hey man, at least you get to play the game early. So
I'm gonna light all them motherfuckers on fire, and I'm gonna feel good doing it.
All right. And last but not least, Kofi, what is going on? I know you got a presentation you want to show us. I'll let you kick it off. I'll full screen what you want to show us today.
Yeah, it's just a quick image. First and foremost, hey everybody, what's going on, panel? Obviously, great to be back. Great to be gaming a lot in 2023. Yeah, things are going pretty well for me. And I went through a whole diatribe about challenging Pharaoh to finishing some games last week. I wanted to display some games that I'm challenging myself with finishing by the end of the year. This is including some games that I'm already going to be playing, like Final Fantasy or Octopath Traveler 2 or Suikoden. But yeah, just really quick one to talk about 3 of them because they are not out in English yet. The top left is called Last Ranker. It came out in 2006 by a defunct company called Image Epoch, I think is actually the name of it. And it's a really high production game for a PSP. It's a lot of voice acting, a lot of motion capture in their cutscenes, and a main character that reminds us of a Squall. And it actually, I talked about this game last March before I had my hiatus, and I'm about halfway through the game, so I want to follow through and finish it. In the middle there is the level 5 hidden gem called Megaton Musashi Cross. They recently just did a free update, so the game is available for free on PlayStation and Switch in Japan. And there's an anime for it, which is really good. It's basically about the end of human civilization due to an alien attack. Yet one massive city on the planet was saved, and everybody's memory was wiped of the devastation so that the survivors can live what they believe is a normal life while everybody else fights off the alien race. pretty fun game. Got online co-op. It's got online comp. And a main story as well, so that's cool. In the bottom right is Dragon Quest X offline. It is the offline iteration of the MMO that has been out for 10 years in Japan, and for some reason Square Enix doesn't think they want to localize it. So I started that game as well, and it is pretty fun. And outside of that, I'm pretty sure people are familiar with Atelier and Star Ocean. But those are just games I have not really even touched. But I've always wanted to play Atelier Sophie. So just wanted to list these games so that you
Are you
guys.
gonna play 2 or 1?
Which one? Oh, yeah,
Atelier.
just DX right now. I want to play 2. I hear 2 is very good. So
Yeah, I actually recommend you to skip 1 because the story is so much paper thin that you're not missing out whatsoever.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. I definitely want to play 2. I've heard very good things about 2, and that's probably why I want to do Sophie. And I do already own it, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, I will be playing 2. It may not be anytime soon, but I want to get DX out of the way for that. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. And me, I going back to grid. This week, what have I played? I tried to play a little bit of Hi-Fi Rush, got caught up, so I didn't get too much of that in. Got some Madden in, got a couple missions done on Crisis Core over the weekend, and I think that's about all that encapsulates my main gaming this past week. That's about it. So before we dive into these topics, everybody who's here, please take a second to like the channel, share it out to anybody you think might be interested, and let's go in. So topic number 1, Sony reported that they had a great first quarter. Sales are up, game sales are up, console sales are way up. And one of the most interesting things of their report is that I think what was it, like 20% of their console sales or something like that were people who have never owned a PlayStation in their life. So we are attracting new people into gaming, which is always a good thing. And I wonder how much of that is like due to like a show like last. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna let Omar kick off the topic. I know he hasn't spoke for a while, so Omar, what do you got to say about Sony's first quarter success?
Yeah, clearly they're doing something right. Because what makes it even more interesting is 30% are people that never owned a PlayStation 4. So they're actually attracting even more audience than their own audience. And I'm curious how long that's going to last. And I'm also curious if PlayStation gonna lose some of that with their statement focusing on games live service and all that stuff.
Well,
as of right now, we've seen it getting spy hike when it comes to Last of Us. Like for example, Last of Us alone, just because of the show, the game sales spiked up. I forgot the amount, but 100%, if not more, for part 1 and part 2. So clearly, people are either jumping on the bandwagon, basically, or they discover the show and they're like, okay, let me pick up the games.
Yeah, I would
So
say,
yeah,
I would say to one of your points earlier that I don't think a new customer base cares about games as a service because they probably don't even know what that is. If they're buying a PlayStation for the first time and diving into gaming for the first time, they don't know. They're just they're trying it out. They're learning. They're new to the ecosystem. So I don't think that's something that you have to really worry about as far as them leaving because of games service.
sorry, can you repeat that? Because you're butting, maybe for me, but you're butting a bit. You was butting a bit.
Or I don't know if I'm botting for anybody else, but I was saying that I don't think games as a service is going to be a concern for people who are new to gaming. This is their first experience. They're just buying a PlayStation for the first time, so they don't necessarily know about different genres, games as a service, and things. They might enjoy the social aspect of a games of a service, a live service game. So,
it's going to see if it's that going to impact their single player focus. That's what, because clearly their revenue and everything is up because of the single player. But if they're going to focus on multiplayer, we will see how that's going to impact them.
They've already told you their focus is multiplayer. They already told you they have like what 10 or 12 live service games.
Yeah. I'm aware. That's why I'm curious how that's gonna impact them once they release these games.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
And I'll bounce it off to the other PlayStation fanatic, Kofi. What are your thoughts on Sony's first quarter success?
Yeah, definitely really interesting. I did see all the numbers except for the one about new owners joining the ecosystem. I think it is nice. Well, first of all, it's nice to hear that fans who have been playing in the PlayStation ecosystem and waiting to see consoles on shelves more often, even though that's still an issue, it's nice to see finally they're becoming available. The two regions, obviously, that I pay attention to the most is the US and Japan. And it sounds like, yeah, even in Japan, people are getting more PlayStation 5s available. Of course, I'm sure you guys have heard of Genki on Twitter. He often posts sales in Japan through Famitsu, and it looks like
the latest IGN employee got hired by them. Or you didn't keep up with
You're
that?
joking?
No, I'm not joking. He got hired by IGN Japan.
Did he? Like, for real, for real?
Yeah, for real.
That's dope.
Yeah. So
news for me.
He leveraged Twitter into getting a job at IGN. If you don't believe me, just go to his Twitter, and then when you go to his page, just search IGN, and he'll tell you, and you'll see one where he accepted a position with IGN.
That's awesome. That's great for him, man. Because I've been in various spaces with him, and then him and his friend Jody, who's based out of the UK, have a new YouTube channel. Anyway, yeah, that's great. So yeah, he's always posting sales, and it looks like there's a healthy influx of sales, and now they can do less of the lottery system, which is very common in Japan, where basically any retailer, brick and mortar, will have people get in line, pull a ticket, and they'll maybe give away 5. That was happening for years, and I hope that ends now with those great sales. One question that was posed in the podcast that Genki was on just last Friday was, what will the expectation of new gamers joining the PlayStation ecosystem be? We might have some huge influx of fans for a genre that was not traditionally a majority with PlayStation. For example, we might have a lot of fans adopt VR more so than ever before because they're kind of new. They want to try something new. So I'm curious if any genre that's currently out becomes more popular because of new fans just joining any gaming ecosystem. Like maybe they'll become a fan of roguelikes more often because of something like a Housemarque's newest IP, or a fan of God of War because of they first joined with Last of Us and they're like, all right, what's the next game I can buy? And they would try the next marketed IP. So
what I would say to that one is they're most likely purchasing the game for one or two reasons. They're purchasing it for someone like a kid or a loved one, or they're purchasing it for a specific title for their first experience. So
I agree with that.
Whether it's God of War or Last of Us, so like in this instance, they'll probably get the God of War bundle when they buy a PlayStation, but they could be buying it for Last of Us. So they'll beat Last of Us and be like, well, I got the God of War for free. They'll end up checking that out. Hey, what's going on, Stanley? I think that's kind of how it would go. Or it'll be given to a kid, and that's going to be their little Fortnite box.
Agreed. Yep.
But yeah, so I'm gonna kick this over to let's see. I'm gonna kick this over to Captain Xbox. What do you think about Sony's first quarter success and then kicking Xbox in the teeth?
Hey, come back to me. Come back to me.
I will come back to you. Okay, Nappy. What are your thoughts on PlayStation 5 success?
I'm actually happy for Sony. Like the fact that a lot more people are getting their hands on PlayStation 5 is a really good thing. That means that there's more people entering the gamesphere. I do think the PlayStation 5 is a really good console, especially with the accessories with the VR headset is really cool. So yeah, just more PlayStations on the market now, and more getting into the hands of actual gamers is always a plus in my book. And yeah, I mean, it's really a good thing. I don't think it's a huge threat to Xbox or anything like that, but it's kind of makes sense when you have so many people who want a PlayStation 5 so long, and now they're finally able to get their hands on a PlayStation 5. So yeah, I'm happy for you. I still like y'all controllers though. Y'all do have the fastest controllers for PC gaming.
All right, I'm tired. I'm tired of this, Nappy. I need Evil Nappy to come out. I need you to say what's really on your heart. I need you to say, fuck that PlayStation 5 sales. You want to make some real money? Port all them games over to my PC now.
Okay, hold on a second.
I need that. I need that. I
Hey,
need the Evil.
whoa, pause. Look here, motherfucker. Listen up. I swear to God, even though I'm happy for you PlayStation 5 fuckers, I'm still mad as hell that Final Fantasy 16 don't come out to PC till motherfucking December. Fuck you for that.
There we go. We got the
earliest.
we got the real opinion from Nappy. So
yeah, but it's,
I appreciate that. All right, so now is Jubei ready, or I'm just going to throw in my opinion and kind of just waste time until he's ready?
Go ahead and throw yours. I'm about to be on the PC in a second.
All right, so Nappy, Jubei, what do you think about PlayStation's first quarter success and then kicking Xbox teeth?
I think that this is what happens when you actually have games to put out. I mean, it's kind of plain and simple.
You mean to tell me that people aren't dying to play Pentiment?
To play what?
Pentiment?
I mean, Pentiment is not everybody's cup of tea. Just like God of War is not everybody's cup of tea.
Forspoken is not on Xbox console. You can buy it on the Xbox app on PC, but can't buy it on the Xbox console.
And Forspoken is trash. I don't even buying in that. Hyped up garbage.
Are you expecting Xbox to rebound in the next quarter?
Absolutely, if these damn games come out, the games just need to come out.
Right.
My big thing is I'm kind of glad Sony isn't hiding their fucking consoles behind their website bundles, like them being actually in store instead of them pulling it to push bundles on their website. It's fucking fantastic.
I am surprised. I am a little surprised with the success of PlayStation Direct that they didn't funnel more customers into the Direct and not flood the stores with the consoles per se.
But that's what they were already doing. They were already doing that. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't continue on Direct at all. Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't continue that, being that PlayStation Direct was such a success. Yeah, I'm a little surprised, but not fully.
People be looking sideways. It's like, bro, come on! It's been two years. We're approaching the 3-year mark in 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 months. Y'all gotta have consoles, man.
Yeah. So, I thought this was.
The fact I can go to Target and just sitting in just sitting there, it's crazy. Because last year I couldn't say that was 10.
And that does allow it to be an impulse buy. Even though $500 is a lot of money, it can still be an impulse buy. People can still be like, PlayStation 5's here. I want it. I got an extra.
Yeah, think about it. Valentine's Day, or buying yourself a PlayStation 5 and saying screw her for Valentine's.
Or you could be like me. You can be robbing FanDuel ski mask style and just have an extra 500 on hand.
I will say this: people sell TVs after the Super Bowl, and sometimes you want to get something for your TV. It might be a console.
The best time to buy electronics is typically President's Day. I forgot why.
There you go.
But typically President's Day is the best day to buy electronics. That's when like you'll have the most, because that's like when the inventory shift takes place and something else. But yeah, President's Day is the time to buy a TV or any big
February 20th.
major electronic.
Like bro, like grandma knows how to use PS Direct, bro. Like
so
they can see.
Right. That's customer acquisition cost. That's hard.
So as far as your host, I was actually pretty encouraged by Sony's first quarter success, especially considering talks of us being in a recession and blah 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 blah. But they're doing really well. God of War has sold 11 million copies, so it looks like it's well on pace to hit the 20 million mark in game sales, and that's between PS4 and PlayStation 5. It's not a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but it's nonetheless still good to see the game doing well. And I think this quarter, looking at it from both PlayStation and Xbox, you see what difference it makes when you have some first party titles in your lineup. And I think Xbox learned a very big lesson from that. But I am very encouraged where PlayStation is going. One thing that I saw that was a little bit of a worry is that their subscribers are going down on their online service, even though console sales are through the roof, and you're adding a bunch of new customers. So it's something interesting to see, because it seems like Sony is not adding value to the PlayStation Plus to combat the loss of subscribers to free to play games. So that's the one.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
It's something to keep an eye on, for sure. But hey, great quarter for PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, they look.
And that number of subscribers being down is year over year, but it was worse.
It's quarter over quarter. I think subscribers have gone down the past 3 quarters.
Is that true? I thought it was down year over year, but it's not down quarter over quarter.
Yeah, they've done quarter. Like I'm pretty sure, like it's been like 3 straight quarters. PlayStation Plus subscribers have gone down. It's been a trend. Pretty sure.
Okay.
I'd have to do the research. I can do the research.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it tomorrow.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
At least definitely the last 2 quarters it's been down, but I'm pretty sure it's been the last 3. But yeah.
So I thought I saw, the only reason I had said that is because I thought it was up quarter over quarter, but still down year over year. That was like what I thought I saw, but maybe I didn't see that. It's fine. I'm not trying to debate.
It's all good. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this topic before we move on, or we think we got everything PlayStation first quarter off our chest?
I do think the TV show absolutely helps. Like that's fucking free marketing. I mean,
I don't think the TV show factored into the quarter. I think it closed. I think the quarter closed before the show kicked off.
Maybe not for this quarter, but I think we're going to see similar results next quarter, and I think the last as the show is going to drive that.
Yeah.
Do you think? Question to Jube: do you think that VR will make any difference to that as well?
No, VR is super niche, bro.
I think VR is actually.
If the first one couldn't move the needle like that, I highly doubt this one will, especially when all of the first don't even work. It's not going to do that, and especially not at $550. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to go spend $1,000 to get a PS5 and a VR. That's not going.
I was about to say, might as well get a gaming PC at that point.
Exactly. You might as well. Nobody smart is going to be out there doing that. Once that shit hits like $399, it's a wrap. But at $550, that's a big ask.
Yeah.
All right.
You can get VR, PlayStation, and a game or two for under $1,000. That's where it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think VR is going to be kind of tough because they have to compete with companies that you only have to buy the VR headset. So I do think that's going to be tough.
Yeah, and the meta's actually doing pretty good in VR games with their exclusive with Resident Evil 4 and the other game. They had another exclusive game, so
why can't Meta do anything right though?
And the games are cheaper
I don't know.
on the other storefronts than they are in PlayStation.
Really? That's interesting.
I've heard people say that. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I think VR will be I think VR will hurt them in their next sales, but I do think they'll still do well.
Yeah.
But so y'all ready to move on to topic number 2 or
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're done with this one.
All right, so for our second topic that we came up with is Xbox. We saw the show a couple weeks ago. We saw Hi-Fi Rush. They got Atomic Heart coming out. Wolong. Anything else coming out in March?
Yes, they have the Game Pass app up right now. So right now in February, looks like we get Atomic Heart on February 21st. We get Wolong on March 3rd. We get Minecraft Legends on April 18th. And we get Redfall on May 2nd.
Okay.
So we got a big, every month is a big release. And we still haven't gotten to Starfield yet.
Yeah, and Starfield and Forza are supposed to release within that time frame as well. So the question that the panel wanted to talk about is this Xbox big year? So is this going to be Xbox's biggest year? It's going to be the one that really moves the needle and pushes them to new heights that we haven't seen before. I guess we will kick this one off with Captain Xbox, since he is our resident bot here. What are your thoughts on this, Jubei? Jubei is not here. So the closest thing we can get to a bot is a PC Master Race. So, Nappy, what are your thoughts on this? This Xbox's big year.
So far, as far as they've been going so far with their game releases, like at the beginning of the year, they released Hi-Fi Rush, huge success. Monster Hunter Rise coming to PC is really great, and the Sunbreak DLC coming out soon for the Xbox Game Pass. I think we're looking at this lineup. Heck, we got Hot Wheels Leash, which actually is a really good racing game. But all these games lineups, I think Xbox may actually experience a really big come up this year when it comes to their Game Pass and all the people playing the games, because it's only like $7.99 just for entry for at least for PC players.
Yes,
and you get access to multiple AAA party titles month from month.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a good solid amount of games for a good solid minute. Like we can this can last me all the way out to like October.
All right, 10 minutes. Leave me alone. All right, 10 minutes. Leave me alone. All right. I'm doing the show right now. Go away.
But anyway, yeah. So I have to say, Game Pass. I think Xbox and Microsoft might actually see a little come up. You're gonna see a little bump up in all their more Xbox active users, more people hopping into Game Pass, people buying controllers and getting that 1 month Xbox Ultimate Pass and then keeping it because of all the games are coming out on Game Pass. You don't have to drop that $70
that goddamn $70 for AAA games. You can just play it for about $7.99, even though some of these games ain't worth $70. Actually, I don't know yet. These games haven't come out yet. Atomic Heart, you better be worth $70.
It's worth Game Pass.
I'm gonna fight you if it's
Atomic Heart is $70.
Well, most I think that was moving forward. All the AAA games are going to be like $70. That's what they
it'll
said.
be there eventually. True.
Anyway,
that pertains to Xbox's first party. Xbox's first party. I don't think Atomic Heart is a first party title. It may be an Xbox.
It's not.
It might be. It might.
Home
entertainment. It might be
Focus.
Global Publishing. Is it Global Publishing at all? Or is it just?
No. Home Focus Entertainment completely owns the IP and they're publishing it.
Okay. All right, so yeah.
So that means
it's just a Game Pass deal. It's a Game Pass day one.
Yeah, it's just a Game Pass deal. Yeah.
I mean, either way, that's still a big deal for Game Pass. Like to have Atomic Hearts day one.
Yeah, it is. No,
Pass.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
That's big. Wolong day one, March 3rd.
Wolong's big. That's what I saw. I was like,
big.
okay.
All right, so
you got Minecraft Legends, big. Redfall, big.
All right, so
yeah. So
before the animals were unleashed, I was gonna ask Nappy, So yes, Xbox has a bunch of big titles, and they are enough to satiate their current base. Are these titles? You think any of these titles hit hard enough to attract new users to the platform? Maybe transition some people over from PlayStation. Maybe get some PC master race. To say, hey, I want to hook an Xbox up to my TV when I want to sit down and relax, and not always be up to my PC. Does this attract new people? Does this attract people who never owned a gaming console before to maybe, or a gaming PC, to maybe buy an Xbox because Xbox has so many good games? Do you think that happened?
What's it gonna be now? I don't even know it. Even know it. Xbox on the stage. Yes. Yes, I actually do think that this is going to lead more people to jump into Xbox because Atomic Heart, big game. Wulong is a big game, and now the cost of entry to play Wulong on the Xbox is so low. Like you can play it on Game Pass on your phone. You can get the console. You can play it on PC if you already have a gaming PC. Like, yeah, I think this is actually going to bring a lot. This is definitely a good way of bringing more people into the Xbox ecosystem because I know that Microsoft necessarily doesn't pay attention to console sales much. They just care about their subscription. And with these titles, oh yeah, you're definitely going to be moving. Especially Minecraft Legends, like a little child's version of of a strategy games like Age of Empires. Oh, these little kids, they about to become like generals in Minecraft. Like, yeah, I could definitely see this like bringing in a bunch of new people into the Xbox ecosystem overall.
All right. So I'm gonna give Jubei a second. Probably a little busy. I'm gonna get a opposing PlayStation guys opinion. Let's go. Let's go with Omar.
I'm curious if that's going to be the case because every year I keep hearing this year is going to be the big year for Xbox. So if it's happened, great on them.
Well, the difference between previous years and this year is that typically even with a good Xbox year, typically they don't release a AAA title or a high rating AAA title until the fall. Like their release window is typically you might get something in April and May, but typically it's August to December is when they release titles. Now we're seeing a new Xbox that is literally releasing a first party IP every other month, it seems.
Every month, all the way up to May.
Well, if you look at
first party.
Hi-Fi Rush is first party. Then you got then March is then the next one is Minecraft Legends, right? You said Minecraft Legends.
No,
April?
so Hi-Fi Rush was January. Atomic Heart is February.
That's not first party.
Atomic Heart is not first party.
Yeah, we're just talking about first party. So as far as first party goes,
just first parties.
Yeah, we have Hi-Fi Rush,
Minecraft Legend, Redfall, and Starfield.
April and May,
and then at some point Forza.
Yeah,
and some point Forza.
Yeah, so
Starfield.
Both Redfall and Starfield need to hit in order for this to be quote unquote the year of Xbox.
So within the first 6 months of the year, Xbox is supposed to release Hi-Fi Rush,
right?
Minecraft Legends, Forza,
you're right,
Redfall, and Starfield. So five out of the 6 months going into start the year, Xbox is supposed to have a first party title drop. I won't say AAA because I don't think Hi-Fi Rush is AAA. But they're going to have
made by AAA.
It's made by AAA. It's made by a studio that produces AAA content, but this is a side project. I don't know if it got the full AAA budget. It is a great game. I just don't know if it got the budget to be considered a AAA title. So I'll just say they're planning to release 5 first party games within the first 6 months of the year, which is very much not what Xbox did before, Omar. So and they still have a bunch of games that they plan on releasing in the second half of the year. So this is the most content we've seen from Xbox first party ever. So it's just a little bit different. Does that kind of change your opinion on what type of year this could be for Xbox. Even if the games don't necessarily hit as far as like worldwide critical acclaim, they are releasing more content than they ever have before, and it's mostly good content. Like we already know Forza is going to be good. You know, Redfall will probably land anywhere between 75 and 85. Starfield's the one that has to really hit because that's their Skyrim in the sky, and
Pretty much.
yeah, and Hi-Fi Rush has already been a big success. So if they hit on 3 out of 5, they're guaranteed to hit on Forza. So that's 2. They hit 3 out of 5 in 6 months. That's a pretty good 6 months. So what are your thoughts on that, Omar?
Sorry?
I said, what are your thoughts on that? That like them moving away from only releasing games within a 3-month window to now in the first 6 months of the year actually having 5 titles that are supposed to drop within the first 6 months of the year.
They have more studios, so of course they're gonna release more games, and it's genuinely going to see how it's going to be packed. If this work, like if Starfield and Redfall hit, then Xbox got momentum. I think they need to keep that going.
And Xbox does get Ghostwire Tokyo as well. They get Ghostwire Tokyo in March, so I believe either March or April.
Ghostwire Tokyo, interesting. I'll see
Yeah,
that.
it released on PlayStation last year, and PlayStation
Mhm.
signed up.
Yeah, I played it.
And PlayStation paid for a year of exclusivity. So because PlayStation paid for a year of exclusivity, Xbox is not allowed to talk about the game at all until the day they're able to release it. So like,
just like a Deathloop, like you didn't hear shit about it until it came out.
We didn't hear about Deathloop until like a week before it dropped. They told us like a week before, like, hey, it's coming to Game Pass on this day. So that's going to be the same thing with Deathloop. So Deathloop should drop somewhere between March and April. I don't know the exact date that it released on PlayStation last year, but I know it released last year in either March or April. So, yeah, you got like Stanley said, Hellblade might drop this year. Avowed could possibly drop this year.
I doubt it. I absolutely doubt Hellblade would be dropping this year. Otherwise, they
showed
about it.
They showed a gameplay trailer last year. They wouldn't talk about it until their E3 event. That's when they would reveal it. So it's a little too early to talk about it now. If they plan on releasing it this year, they would talk about it at their big E3 type of event.
We will see. I'm curious if that's going to be the case. Coffee, what's your thought?
So, I see Pharaoh's perspective on this pretty clearly. As a person who I guess is somewhat disappointed in the output of first party from Xbox, I still love Gears. I still love Forza. So I'm here for turn 10. I'm here for turn 10. But I mean, Pharaoh brings a good point. Outside of Horizon, Forza Horizon, releases all year round, all calendar year is kind of a missing factor for Xbox, or you could say it was something that they never really did consistently. So if we're trying to be an optimist, even if the games don't hit, like let's say Redfall is not a hit at release, but ends up being a pretty decent game by the end of this calendar year. But let's say it starts at like a 70, which unfortunately, people are going to tear it apart for a 70. So it's still progress, and it only allows hopefully more and more great games to get released consistently in 2024. So if we see, it doesn't need to be a shadow drop, but if we see more gems like Hi-Fi Rush, I'm gonna like to be able to support that myself through Steam. So that is a good thing. Now I am keeping my eyes closed on Redfall because it may, like, from a my personal perspective, it reminds me of another IP I love, even though it does probably plays nothing like it. So I'm curious if that game is going to be something I really enjoy and is a big community hit. I think Xbox is going to get a lot of kudos if any of these games can really pick up steam on streams, on Twitch, on YouTube, and become one of the highest streamed games. So if we're hitting up the end of the year and let's say Redfall really hits, I think that's going to be huge for them because people will just subscribe, I think, as a reaction to seeing, oh, that game's on Twitch, but I don't have to go drop whatever, 40, 50, 60, whatever it's a $70 game, right? Because now it's first party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big incentive. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Now, of all the games, I mean, I don't think Starfield's getting pushed into 2024 right now. I do think that game is probably going to come out and get probably the best reviews for any first party game this year, even more than Forza. That'll be a nice.
If you're predicting that, you're predicting a 90 Metacritic score for Starfield, because that's what Forza generally lands around 90.
I agree. Here's the thing. As you guys know, I don't like that dev. I don't like almost any IP they've ever created, but they always get well reviewed. So I'll just go ahead and roll with the punches and say I must be just the weird, black swan on that. And yeah, I would say high Metacritic for sure. And I think it could be a little bit of pressure on that dev team, obviously, because there's big anticipation even right now. But if the other games don't hit this year, let's say for some reason, well, Forza's racing, right? People discount racing. Personally, I love it, but people will say, oh, it's just a racing game. So that won't be as big of an impact. But let's say, Redfall is not a big hit, or, Minecraft is not the marketing hit with hardcore audience. It'll be a lot of pressure, I think, to get a high score for Starfield. But I just think overall, this is the best chance they have to get the ball rolling. Maybe it is slow, right? If we're talking about consistent calendar release full of first party games, the ball is rolling. It's not stationary anymore. So that's a positive. That's my walk away.
Okay. And I guess we're saving the best for last. Does Jubei want to make his Goku-like appearance and give his opinion on this topic? Because this Xbox's big year. Okay.
Oh.
Is that a no?
As long
Did you say no? Oh.
No, it says yes. As long
he
as it
he said it had to come on camera for this one. Hold up.
as long as it goes not like last year, it's gonna be huge. Like, so we also can't even, like, you got people judging like Redfall based off what they saw. Like, people judged Hogwarts off of like some shitty gameplay videos, and the gameplay is like better than that. So I think if they can hit a consistent 80 to mid 80s meta at minimum for those, and just get really good critic reception, it's gonna be a hell of a year.
All right. So I do have a
they're
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your statement. Then I got a question for you.
I was just looking at even from like a diversity standpoint. Like, look at how many different genres we're getting in like the first 6 months of this first party. Just different
Xbox.
shit we got.
So long is huge points for me, man. I'm buying that game day one. Like that's for me.
The one thing that Xbox has mastered within their first party that I think that even Nintendo and PlayStation kind of lacking is just the diversity of genres, of having like every genre covered basically in some way, shape, or form. Xbox has done a pretty good job of that, and they've released a semi-good game in every single one of those genres. Maybe not all 90s, but they've released pretty much an 80 within every genre, which is something worth mentioning. But the question. Oh, go ahead.
The other thing is it's what we don't know about. Like, they could, after seeing the success for Hi-Fi Rush, what else could they potentially like try to shadow drop that's not like huge, but is
I think you only get one shadow drop a year, if at all. I don't think you're gonna get two shadow drops a year.
Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped another shadow drop in like somewhere in like the fall season, the beginning of fall, just another shadow drop just because.
When did we know about Pentiment?
Actually, what if we get shadow drop that horror game that
Project Mara?
that Ninja Theory's working on?
Project
Yeah,
Mara?
that could happen. We haven't heard shit about it. Haven't heard a damn thing about it.
I think that game is 2 years away.
Okay,
it's so much technology being invested into that title. Like, have you seen the graphics on that game? I don't think that's releasing anytime soon. I think when that game releases, it releases with the mid-gen refresh to really maximize how that game looks. Personally,
do you think it looks better than Hellblade?
Yes. I cannot
Fair enough.
I cannot tell the difference between the graphical fidelity and the real world when I seen the pictures of that game. I don't know if that's actually going to be like the actual case when it comes out on my console. I don't believe that will be the case. Maybe if you have a 4090 or something like that. But yeah, those graphics look crazy. But the question I was going to ask you is so we know that that Starfield is about to drop. How much do you think, if things line up perfectly, if all the stars line perfectly for Xbox, let's say the ABK deal closes in May. Let's say that, and then ABK closes in May. Boom, you get Starfield you get Starfield like 2 weeks later, and then boom, Xbox has like this like pre-planned ABK Bethesda Xbox showcase 2 weeks later after the drop of Starfield. How much excitement do you think that generates for the Xbox brand and carries them through the rest of the year, regardless of what they announce at that show?
Oh, something like that would be huge because you got to think like if that ABK deal goes through in May, like hey, we can market Diablo now. Like you got like so much going into it.
And then you get you get all the Call of Duty, all the old Call of Duties dropped in Game Pass like day one.
Yep.
Yes, bring back the good zombies.
Huge.
Bring back the World at War zombies. Geez. Bring it back.
Yeah,
that would be funny.
I'll take
World
everything.
War's the last one I had.
They can keep Ghosts. They can absolutely keep Ghosts, but I'll take the rest.
Yeah. That'd be funny if Microsoft starts advertising Crash Bandicoot and Spyro everywhere just to piss off Sony.
They should. They should.
They own ABK, so like once that goes through, like all the maps that PlayStation paid to be exclusive years ago will make
no longer exclusive.
Yeah. All those years ago that they paid for it. Let's throw that in the Game Pass too. I think that would be huge if like that. If they have that perfect storm of dropping Starfield, closing ABK, and having their big showcase within a 30 to 45 day window, I think that'll have huge implications going into the rest of the year. I think that'll do a lot, not just for sales, but just hype and talk about the brand.
Game Pass will work.
That's a lot of eyes. That's a lot of eyes. Yeah. That's a lot of also non-gamer eyes on it, just because of the ABK acquisition, like from the business side. Like it's just media attention.
Yeah.
For basically free.
And Game Pass is coming to the Samsung TVs, so all you gotta do is plug your controller into a damn TV now.
It's already there. I can hook up a controller to my TV in cloud right now. It already works.
It's coming to it's coming to LG next. LG is the next one to get it, and I think
they just need to throw it on Vizio too, because people be out here with Vizio.
I think TCL's about to get it. I think TCL's about to get it.
TCL's about to get it? I was not expecting TCL to get it.
That's a smart move because TCLs are everywhere for a great price.
I think
TCL, Vizio's is everywhere for a great price.
I think TCLs are about to get it. But that'll be interesting. I think Xbox is potentially poised to have a big year. I think a lot more of it rides on this ABK deal. Just because of it'll bring a lot of new eyes to the platform. The combination of the ABK deal plus all the exclusives, I do think there is a reluctance of people to buy the Xbox. Just heard Kofi say that he is so happy to support the Xbox on Steam. So while he still would be willing to purchase the game, it's not enough to necessarily bring him to the platform.
Yeah.
So I think something like the ABK deal, in conjunction with the release of large titles that review well, and by well I mean 80 and above. Like everything doesn't have to be a 90. I think that would do a lot for the platform.
You know what? I'm gonna throw a wrench in there. I'm gonna say, and this is just like my weird, like overly ambitious prediction. Like I feel we get Game Pass on Steam this year too. I think it happens. I think ABK closes. Like we just get all this shit. It's just
Game Pass on Steam. That doesn't. I mean, it's cool as it sounds. It just doesn't make sense because it's like
because their own store is trash. We know this.
Their store is trash. But
people don't be trying to go to the Microsoft store. Like,
but I mean, but the same on PC, we have a separate Game Pass app. We don't have necessarily a Microsoft store.
Right. But they've already been talking about maybe partnering those two things. So, like Kobe just said, hey, I'm going to support them on Steam. Steam is a bunch of users. If you get Game Pass benefits of some way in Steam, like just do some math. Just do some math real quick.
So people are obsessed with that Steam launcher and the tools that you use within the Steam launcher. People are enamored and obsessed with that. I mean,
it's the reason why you use any controller on PC is because of the Steam app.
Yeah. So with that,
I say Xbox gives them a cut. Hey, you get your cut, but Game Pass and Steam need to be like this. They definitely need to be like this.
So I mean, it definitely being able to launch Game Pass from Steam and being able to use your mods.
Existing.
Yeah, your mods.
Yeah, not only that, but
that you can't use.
It's that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that would be. But yeah, if Xbox was to get on Steam, like I'm just making because the only reason why everyone's so like attached to Steam is because it's our very first launcher. Like I have like 280 something games on my Steam library. I'm not letting go of my Steam library. I just like to use one launcher. Now I'm okay I deal with Game Pass because again, subscription, I can just open up a separate app. It's okay. But if they would combine them together where I can open up one app, yeah, that would honestly be a really huge thing. And plus, it'll make it modding games a lot easier because modded games using the Steam compared to using Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass, Steam is 10 times much better and a lot easier to access files. Like Microsoft will literally hide the game files. You have to go into admin mode, unhide the files, and you have to go in and they have it named. So the naming convention of these files are so weird. Like, yeah. So, like, if it gets on Steam, then I'm gonna be shocked. Like, I will gladly link my Steam with my Xbox Game Pass, and then I could just like download games.
I would think,
man, that would be crazy.
I would believe that if that happened, I think PC Game Pass would reach probably 20 million by the end of the year alone.
I think it'll go above and beyond. It'll go straight. Wait,
what will reach 20 million?
I think PC Game Pass will reach 20.
They track that individually? I didn't even know that.
They don't track it individually, but I'm saying specifically the PC portion of Game Pass will hit 20 million subs if they were connected to Steam. I believe that to be the case.
To the moon.
Now, the only thing I will say might be the difference is to absorb that cost, to absorb that Steam profit. If that does happen, I would think that PC Game Pass on Steam goes up to $9.99.
Well, I'm already
thinking Game Pass for consoles will increase this year.
I think they're trying to, but I think but said they're not going to do it. But I think they're doing it another way by making the lower tier come out and then introducing the ads, so they can make up the revenue through ads rather than making it us pay more.
So you're gonna add.
I mean, there's also the talks of Ubisoft Plus, or Ubi Plus coming too. Like,
yeah, Ubisoft's on their last leg. They're definitely coming to Game Pass.
They can find reasons to charge more.
Ubisoft Plus,
yeah.
Ubisoft Plus will push Game Pass to $20. Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, what do the Ubisoft Plus have that can that carries weight?
Well,
because they delayed everything.
What does EA Access has that really carries any weight? Because that's what pushed
EA.
That's what pushed
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Some games.
The Reese.
All Game Pass Ultimate is Game Pass plus EA Access. That's all it is. So if you do,
it's great.
Plus gold, plus gold technically. They could also eliminate the gold requirement, and then it's just you get EA Access, and then you get Ubi.
Yeah, so you would pay about $20 for Game Pass, Ubi, and EA Access. So it's basically 3 subscriptions rolled into one. Game Pass Ultimate Plus.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft needs to work on their Assassin's Creed and their other titles, but hey.
Well, one, they need to fix their marketing, and 2, they need to make smaller games because these big games are not working for them.
They're stingy. That's the problem. They're stingy.
Well, the crazy part is Ubisoft makes a ton of games. So why do you want to make all these 100-hour games so customers can't go buy your next game? That drives me crazy. So
And it used to make small games.
Yeah.
Child of Light. That's a great game.
Well, they did make what's it called? That highly rated game, Sparks of Hope. I own that.
And when I say when I say small game, I don't mean like a 20-hour game. 20 hours is cool or whatever, but like if you can get anywhere between 20 and 50 hours per game on that should be these companies' sweet spot, because it gives you enough time to go buy the next title. And you can sell DLC. And then 6 months later, you can sell DLC that brings them back to the original game. Like, oh crap, there's DLC now. Let me go back and pop that back in. They're driving me crazy. They're just idiots. You need to hire me.
I forgot that they been working on some stuff.
They just delayed like 4 games, didn't they?
They delayed like 4 games. They canceled like 5. Like that weren't even announced. Like Ubisoft is literally on their last leg, and I'm like looking at my Ubisoft launcher, which I haven't launched in so long, and like the only games they got, like Rainbow Six Siege is like Rainbow Six Extraction. Let's see, they got the Watch Dogs series, which didn't do too well with the recent one. Immortal Phoenix Rising was a small game. That's really good. Sky Pilgrim versus the World. Thank you for bringing that back.
Did you say Immortals is a small game? No, it is. It is
okay. The
open world, fucking nonsense. It's too much shit to do. Like typical.
No. I'm saying it seems like to me it seems like a small game. It's a big open world, but it's like
not, bro. It's 80 hours. Like it's not small. Like it's fuck me.
Okay.
It's there's too much shit to do on this damn map.
Like,
per usual.
Yeah.
Like literally, what is the last 100-hour game story based that has gotten critical acclaim, 90+ Metacritic? Like, what's the last 100-hour game to do that?
100-hour
the question?
Maybe Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Can you repeat the question?
What is the last 100-hour game to receive critical acclaim, 90 Metacritic, blah, 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 blah? What's the last 100-hour game to do that?
Well, are you talking like multiplayer? Because then it's kind of gray lines, right?
Story based. I'm talking story based. Like these Assassin's Creed Odysseys are story based.
Forbidden West, but that's 89. So, but it's also more than
Horizon Forbidden West is not a 100-hour game like straight playthrough.
Oh, plus that's I don't think that's Ubisoft.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, you're talking about the Ubisoft.
Does it need to be Ubisoft?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like the question is.
No, I'm
gonna say The Witcher. I'm gonna have to say The Witcher 3.
When did The Witcher 3 come out?
A long time ago.
Yeah, that's an old game. But again, what's the question? Because I didn't get it well.
No, the question was the last 100-hour plus story-based game to receive critical acclaim and a 90+ Metacritic. It just
I would say Forbidden West. Like it's literally 89.
West didn't get a 90. It didn't.
It's an 89. It's an 89 though.
It's close. It's close for sure.
I don't think
it's
Horizon,
literally.
I don't think Horizon is a 100-hour game.
It's in 150. It's a long game. Horizon is a long game, especially if you do everything.
If you do everything, you're gonna be.
Yeah.
It takes 28 and a half hours from how long to beat that.
Forbidden West?
All right, so yes, it says main story 28 and a half hours. Main story plus sides 61 hours. Which is great time. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's a good time for a game. And if you're a completionist, they say it'll take you about 88 hours on average.
Yeah, 80 hours to 100% completion.
We can call that 100. Call that.
I'm about to say 100 hours. That's like that's hard to achieve.
But that's
you got to think there's some RNG in there too, like getting certain items.
Yeah,
it's going to take time. We can call it 100.
What I'm saying,
I took my time with the game and I put 315 hours in it.
But that's if you're deciding to be an achievement hunter, not necessarily if you're just trying to beat the game. It's not a like.
No, but what is beating the game though? You can speedrun it. Then you're talking 20 hours.
You know what?
I'm not talking
you know what the
about,
last 100 hour.
I'm not talking.
You know what the last 100 hour game was that got over a 90?
What's that?
I don't even agree with it. Persona 5.
Valhalla.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Persona 5 people are biased.
Okay, so
I don't even agree. It's not a 90 Metacritic game in my opinion.
Okay,
but
I mean,
it got a 96. It got a 96, man.
How long ago did that game come out?
Okay, well, Royal came out in 20.
Are you saying Royal or Persona 5? Because those are two different games, right?
Yeah,
both of them are over 100 hours. Both of them are.
But are they both 90s?
Yeah,
they
but
are
to
both
be
90s.
fair,
Yes.
Okay.
you might as well
The second one got a higher rating than the first one.
you might as well just choose Royal because Royal is literally the first game with extras.
Let's say all right then. Let's say Royal is the first one. How long ago did Royal come out?
2019. It's not that bad. 2020 in the US, 2019 in Japan.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not that.
it's only 3 years.
Only 3 years. So we got Persona 5 Royal 3 years ago, and then we got The Witcher 3. So why are all these companies trying to make these 100-hour games? It doesn't make sense. Like a game like Horizon Forbidden West, while if you decide to be a completionist can take you 100 hours, the casual person can pick the game up, play it, knock out some side quests, and finish the game somewhere between 28 and 60 hours. If you want to be a completionist, go for the 80 to 100. But you don't have to. Like, you can just play the game and kind of just push through it. It's not a grind like fucking Valhalla. Like,
I'm about to say Valhalla's technically a 100-hour game.
The difference with Valhalla is just bloated. It's just big for the sake of being big.
A lot of these open worlds are like that, though. That's what a lot of these open worlds are doing.
With Valhalla, it's different. Valhalla, how should I say? Valhalla is just too big. It doesn't.
It's hollow. It's big and hollow. So I don't feel like there's any.
Like, for example, with Forbidden West, you have biomes. Every single place you go to is different. But with Valhalla, you can literally run through the entire map and you're like, this looks the same thing.
So,
like, this is just a photocopy
the one thing
of the entire map.
The one thing I'll say that makes Valhalla different from typical 100-hour games is that they monetized how difficult it was to get through the open world, and they started charging you to get through the open world faster. That's the biggest difference.
Cheat engine. That is the one single player game where I do recommend the cheat engine. Give yourself all the items. Do not buy it. Yeah, it's a single player game. They can't ban you.
So that to me, that's the biggest difference with a game like Valhalla. Is like they're like, oh, it's going to take you 45 minutes to walk on foot from here to there. Well, $5. I'll get you there in 30 seconds. All you got to do is wait for the screen to go black, and then you'll appear where you need to be. So,
guess what else is another 100-hour game?
What's that?
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
But that's not story based. We're talking about story.
It's not. I mean, it's not at all. Yeah, you're right.
But like, these story based.
Hades is 100 hours. Is story based. Oh,
It's a roguelike, bro.
Hades is
Hades
not
can be a
roguelike.
long time. Hades can be a long time if that RNG ain't on your side.
Yeah,
Brother.
Hades ain't.
Same
Hades is not necessarily a
Same-
100-hour game. It's how you play it. It's one of those games.
Nah,
Crusader
roguelike-
3.
Roguelike can be literally 1,000 hours. Like, Binding of Isaac is literally a 1,000-hour game.
Ugh.
You
Yeah.
can. It's
That would be
almost
so
like a
disgusting.
never-ending. Same with Hades. So it's very difficult to put them in this category because they play in a different ball game.
Like,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is a 100 hours game. So I did not know Cyberpunk 2077 was a 100-hour game.
and it,
Interesting.
Surprise.
and because it's a 100-hour game, it launched like shit. If they would have condensed it,
Yep.
and released the DLC
Yeah.
later, they'd have been all right. You see, like
I'm not saying.
The
Like Cyberpunk, I only played like 40 hours in that game.
the 100-hour
It's a whole
game,
other 60 hours.
The 100-hour game. I'm not gonna say it needs to die, but it needs to be far and few between because it's obviously not a model that I don't think it's profitable, and I don't think it's enjoyable. If it's not profitable and the customers aren't necessarily enjoying it, stop doing it. Like that's all I'm saying.
Why do you think they ain't rush out GTA 6, bro? They know.
Yeah.
They want
know.
GTA 6 to be as good as it can be.
They
Yeah,
also got that
it's going to
criticism.
outsell
No,
five. It's going to
Like
outsell
it's because of
100
GTA Online.
Look,
GTA Online, that's what they're worried about. They don't care
But
about
see,
GTA 6.
No, but GTA Online is giving them the buffer to spend as much time as they feel like spending on 6.
I'll say
They don't
this.
because there's no pressure. They know online is so popular. There's absolutely zero pressure. They can get that game done and relax about it.
I highly doubt that the GTA 6 story will be longer than 30 hours. Highly doubt it.
I mean,
The
we saw the
story-
leaked gameplay of it.
The story will be about 30 hours, and what makes GTA special is what you can do after the story to just like fuck around and have fun in the world of GTA.
I think it's going. I think they're going to make like because I think after Rockstar seeing all the other games with the open worlds, they're going to try to make as much immersion with the city as possible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you got a big city with no immersion, you're going to have something like what's the name of that game? Saints Row, a big old place, no immersion whatsoever.
True. And then you got like your Elder Scrolls 6, which we know based off of like Bethesda games, that main story is mad fucking short. If you just stick to the golden path, you can get that shit done in like 10 hours. It's not long.
And hey, that's
it's them sidetracking you that makes that game.
But that's what you need. Like you need to be able to finish a game, move on to the next one. Like the 100,
sure.
the 100 hours needs to die. That's all I'm saying. Like I think
it just needs to be done right. When it's done right,
no,
it hits. It just has to be done right.
But that's the thing, though. It shouldn't be like Valhalla.
It shouldn't be like
no, it shouldn't. Of course not.
Well,
that's grindy.
I'm worried. I'm worried. Starfield is going to be too long. Like that. That's what I'm worried about.
I told you, especially with having what 1,000 random generated planet. It's not gonna. To me, from the sound of it, it's gonna feel like Valhalla.
Oh,
what I mean by that is
the
let me explain.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say
go ahead.
I was gonna say the 1,000 randomly generated planets are simply to mine resources. So if you're trying to mine some resources, that's what the random generated planets are for. Like you're not gonna be like looking for quests on randomly generated planets. Like the main story is gonna be on a set amount of planets.
So what's the point of the 1,000 planets then?
You can randomly land on a randomly generated planet, farm some resources, and then move on to complete whatever side quest or main quest you're trying to complete.
That sounds genuinely
Actually, if you can put settlements on those planets, I'll buy that.
Well,
I'll take that. If I can start up a little Jubayopolis real quick on this
Well,
little
at
ice
that
ball
point,
out there.
that
And all they do
planet,
is mine ice.
yeah. But at that
Just
at that
mine
point,
ice, space
at
ice.
that point, that planet would no longer be randomly generated. That planet would be a fixed part of that ecosystem because it can't randomly generate once you establish, hypothetically, if you
What if that's
Well-
a thing? We don't know. That could be a thing.
I'm saying like usually random generate usually like something like random generate, like say for instance, like if something randomly generates and your character interacts with the object is permanent usually in the game as far as assets.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so,
disappear. So
like No Man's Sky has randomly generated planets, right? Like,
yeah, but as soon as you interact with
you can travel back. You can travel back to those planets.
yeah, once you
They
interact
don't
with the
just
planet,
disappear.
the asset is saved onto your save file for forever
Yeah.
unless you delete the save file.
Yeah.
So I think that Starfield is going to take that idea. Now, I honestly think that some of their side quests may be like randomly randomly pop up after a certain point. I can see that happening.
But that's Skyrim though. They would just randomly just throw shit at you just because you're out and about. You're gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I see what Starfield's going to do. I think honestly, with the randomly generated planet for resources, once you touch that planet, you can get the resources. That planet doesn't go away, and then like throughout the main story, you may get this randomly generated bunch of side quests that they're just going to throw at you. And once you interact with a side quest,
like you start a settlement on one of those planets. Oh, you got to go back and resolve a dispute because Farmer Joe over here don't like how Steve over there is running business. And
Space Joe from coast to coast stealing all the gold.
That makes sense. But yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to whatchamacallit, do you guys care about length?
I do in a way because like I won't touch Valhalla, bro, because I feel overwhelmed. Like I load that game, I play the game for 10 minutes, and then I'm like, I cannot. I'm this is the whole sensory overload, and I need to play something.
You're still in tutorial, man.
More than 150.
No, bro, I put like 30 hours in it, and I'm at the point. And I know I'm at the point where I can only do it in 10-minute increments, maybe 20. I can't just sit there and play it.
I put more than 150 to 200 hours in Valhalla.
Yeah,
and I tell you, I don't think I'm even quarter in the story. That's how to me, when I heard that there is actually a third island you go to, it's that big, and that's why I'm like, yeah, that way I stopped. Because I had the best weapon, most best weapon that I could, and mind you, Valhalla have DLC content.
Yep, that's
and every DLC content is 50 to 80 hours long, and I'm not joking about that one.
And there's multiple. There's like 3.
The Valhalla
it's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
So I have a question then. How is this? Valhalla is basically a game of the live service. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, it is.
It's a live service single player game. Yes.
Yeah. So would you guys rather have a game like Valhalla or a game like Call of Duty? That's a live service game.
Oof.
Because here's the thing though, with Valhalla, it's a story-based game, including the DLC. It's just bloated, which I'm not a fan of. However, with Call of Duty, you're literally doing the same thing over and over and over again. And there is no story in Call of Duty, not so far I know when it comes to the multiplayer.
Actually, there's story beats in the multiplayer. Like it's not like the campaign at all, but like it has a point.
Paper thin. Okay, paper thin.
It gives no, it's not even paper thin. It just gives context to why you're fighting in locations and things like that. That's about
I'm about to say
it's.
I'm about to say. And plus, the Call of Duty has this PvP thing, and PvP is like endless content. That's the same reason why Destiny 2 is still alive and doing well is because of its PvP aspect.
Not
even
PvE?
PvP is trash. No, I think Destiny's PvP is ass. It's so
Really?
bad. It's bad.
It's gotten bad.
Iron Banner is literally terrible to me now. Like I used to live for Iron Banner, like for real.
But
like,
I mean, I haven't played
you
Destiny
are
2 in a minute.
punished. You are punished so bad if you have not been keeping up with this game. And Iron Banner is a way to get some really good loot, but you are fucking railroaded if you try to hop in, because it's like if you're just too underleveled, bro, you ain't killing nobody. You ain't doing enough damage to kill nobody, but you're getting one shotted, and that is your whole fucking experience. Like that's trash. That's hot trash for people that like just jump into the game. Because like you can shoot me like 10 times, bro. Like I lose like maybe a quarter of my health. I shoot you twice, you're done. You're wiped because I'm higher level than you. Like that's all that's it.
Okay, that fear of missing out. Okay, so Destiny 2 is not a good example. But
no, it's not a good example at all.
But the PvP for Modern Warfare 2, honestly, I think it's fun. Like the Warzone mode or Ground Z. Mm-hmm. I've been playing the hell out of that because Battlefield kind of 2042 fucked up, and that kind of filled my Battlefield void.
Yeah, the damn bed. Yeah, it sure fucking did.
Yeah,
we haven't had a good Battlefield since Bad Company, bro. Like we're probably not gonna get one.
Battlefield 5 is actually really good. I mean, even though it still has a stronger player base than 2042, which is sad, but
everything does. Absolutely everything does.
But yeah, honestly, like a live service PvP game, the PvP element, as long as the PvP is good, I could see it lasting for a long time. And they could just do little content here, content there. I don't agree with the Call of Duty Battle Pass. I'm not purchasing it, despite how many times they try to tell me, hey, you got like 60 of these Battle Pass coins. You could spend it if you buy the Battle Pass. I'm like, no, I'm not spending money on this Battle Pass.
Nonsense.
Yeah, but Valhalla. Honestly, when I played that game, after 30 hours, when they tell me I had to grind a bunch of resources, I have immediately opened up my cheat engine. I found the asset numbers of the wood, the metals, the rocks, and I just took that number and I just kept on pressing 9 on all those assets. And when I loaded that game back up, I was rich. So I had no grinding whatsoever. And it made it. It's a single player game.
Craft it all. I don't gotta go. I can craft everything. Like I got max inventory. Let's go.
Right. You know what's the crazy thing about this? You can actually change the number for the paid currency on that game with a cheat engine. And what can they do? They can't ban you. It's a single player game.
True. You can get all the skins for free.
I just hit 999 hit that loot box. Now it's just rolling all these like legendary weapons and stuff. I made Assassin's Creed Valhalla fun, which is actually sad that I had to do this for it to be fun. But yeah, my character had flaming swords, and it was great.
Yeah,
with cheating.
That's so. Well, you know what? The console player can't. So shout outs to the PC Master Race.
we actually got a pretty decent emulator on Xbox right now that doesn't require dev mode.
Okay.
I'm gonna be fucking with that soon.
Oh, are you talking about which emulator are you talking about?
Shit. Stanley said he's level 4.
You can run level 400. You can run Dolphin. You can run Dolphin without being in dev mode.
I saw the article for that.
I'm about to say I'm running Dolphin on my phone.
Hey guys,
what's up?
Stanley Francois said he's at level 400 on AC Valhalla, and I'm guessing he grinded to that level 400 because he's saying
grind.
He's saying it like a badge of honor. So I'm guessing he grinded to that.
He grinded to level 400?
That's crazy.
Like regular grind, no cheat engine, no nothing.
Yeah. I'm like level 80. I'm like level 80, bro, and I feel like I'm not shit. Like that's wild.
Hats off to that.
400?
Yes, sir. It took forever. He did it.
Yeah, he did.
No cheats. Dang.
Yeah. You the man for that, Stanley.
Okay.
You the man.
We got to give you that clap, bro.
Yeah, like
Stanley out here playing games
the right way. Ubisoft is playing the games Ubisoft's way.
He said, hey, while y'all spend 45 minutes on a topic, I just play AC Valhalla.
Well, by the way, Stanley, technically on console you can't cheat on the PC game, but I mean on console you can't cheat on Valhalla, but on PC there's a program called Cheat Engine, a lot of PC gamers use it for a lot of different things. It's a way how to get the free camera mode in most games, where you can go around and take like these cool looking pictures of games or in world games. But you also can use the cheat engine to take like figure out what the asset is, a certain money or currency or in-game currency or items, and you can just basically put whatever inventory amount you want. And that's exactly what I did. I figured out what wood was. I changed the inventory number, and I just kept on hitting 9, and now it's had 9s across the board for all my inventory items, including that paid currency crap that they try to make me pay. They want you to pay for.
Bro, you should have sold that account. You could have made some bread. You want a pre-grinded account?
You just start from the very beginning of the game, just max out. I'll have all the money and currency. Roll that damn terrible store and just get all the legendary weapons.
All right,
There's great things about Valhalla. It's just the scope of that game. I can't. A lot.
All right, so I'm done giving a free promo to that horrible game. So let's move on and let's talk about the PlayStation Plus collection is leaving, and I believe it's leaving at the end of May, either the end or beginning of May. So during a time when PlayStation is trying to boost up their service, get people to move into the higher tiers. They are seemingly stripping away one of their most attractive reasons to own the PlayStation Plus service, especially with the advent of free-to-play and the fact that that's going crazy with Warzone and Apex and Fortnite, the king of them all. What do you guys think about the fact that PlayStation Plus collection is leaving? I like to start off with at least one pony, and I'm gonna I let Omar lead off the first 2 times on Sony topic, so I'm going to let Kofi lead off on this particular topic. Kofi, what do you think about this?
Hey, so this collection of games, just for people who probably already know this, it was basically to introduce PlayStation 5 owners into all of the legacy titles that were available on PlayStation 4, plus some bonus ones like not Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank I think is one of the ones, but what I was thinking is Crash Bandicoot.
Mm-hmm.
And them announcing this at the end of May being removed is interesting to me when I think about the percentage of PlayStation 5 owners that are brand new to the ecosystem. And I guess what goes through my mind is, well, there are plenty of tiers, and for each month that is introduced, we get at least 3 new games, and then they might be an extra subscriber, which is some Ubisoft games and things like that. But for the majority of owners who have been part of the PlayStation ecosystem, that 80%, while I see it as me throwing up a question mark, as in, why do you need to remove some of these? It's not that big of a deal to me. Things like Bloodborne are great, but at the same time, that game is dirt cheap all the time on PSN. And then that's if you're not wanting it physical and you want to go get it for like $7 at your local brick and mortar. Same things for Resident Evil 7 or The Last Guardian or Black Ops 4, or is that the one? I don't even know which Black Ops is in there. If my guess is PlayStation's doing the numbers and they're seeing maybe that percentage of brand new players to the ecosystem aren't interacting with that catalog enough, or they're trying to create some sort of incentive to buy more PS5 games, then I guess that's on them. But those games are still going to be available. I'm sure they're still going to be on sale, deep sales. And then when things like Bloodborne, I think it's going to eventually be ported to PC. It may not be in 2023, it may not be in 2024, but I do think Bloodborne's going to have some sort of 60 frame per second update. I'm sure it'll be on sale then, or it'll become available to PlayStation Plus subscribers at that point. So yeah, I the only time I would think it would be negative is if it seems to be hurting people who are joining PlayStation and just don't know about PS4. They're like, what are all these IPs? And that was a great, gateway to send people searching for a cool fighting game or a cool racing game or a cool action adventure or RPG. But
I
other than
I have
that,
a question to you, Kofi.
yes.
So I just said how PlayStation got 30% non-PS4 users. Is it not smart to keep it then? Because clearly these
That's what I'm
are
saying. That's what I'm trying to say. That like, there's all these new. If 3 out of every 10 new user has no idea what PS4 was or never like ever had an account, do you really want to not keep around that introductory catalog? And
I can say even better. Why not add to it and remove other games? Like make it almost like a PlayStation Plus, a double PlayStation Plus. Like you would get such much cool points with your consumer base by doing
I
so.
agree.
Oh,
It
and
doesn't
here's the
cost them
thing,
to
and
keep
they could still make it so hey, you get to keep access even if it rotates out as long as you're with PS Plus. That way, new people like okay, that's kind of FOMO. Like you can get new people to kind of subscribe. It's like hey, I might want to subscribe so I can get this game
and
when
you
it's gonna
can
like
claim it,
roll out of the
and you
service.
can do it with the PS app without owning the console.
Yeah.
That is
Correct.
true.
So I mean that's cool. Like, go ahead and finish your point, Kofi. You like pretty much said what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, you guys bring up a good point. It's like Omar brings up a good point. Like adding to it, embracing this, like welcome to PlayStation, type of page. I think would be really great. Because to be honest, I think maybe I'm crazy, but I think people who have not ever used a PlayStation, like maybe they played PS2, when they first log into PSN and go to the store, it could be confusing for people who are like picking up a controller for the first time in a while. And having just like a list of 20 games like they had is just great. You're like, oh, horror game. Like, okay, I'll just try Resident Evil. Oh, I remember Resident Evil when I was a kid. I think that's a great grabber. And building on that, maybe years down the line you have another Resident Evil. Maybe you add 8, a few years down the line. So you're right, Omar. You're right. So yeah, that was my 2 cents.
All right. Okay. So, okay, I will go to Captain Xbox. Your thoughts on PlayStation Plus selection?
I don't think it's a good idea because, like Kofi said, like all this influx of new now that consoles are like available and grandma can go get her grandson or granddaughter a PlayStation at the store and doesn't have to worry about online shopping. Like there's going to be more console owners. Like sales are going to increase from that, and I feel like it's a punishment to not be able to experience some of those great um PS4 games or just first party titles and like the sprinkling of other things. What I could see is they remove the non first party titles and then they have either a rotating catalog of their own or what have you because I think being able to hop into Uncharted or God of War 2018, what if you didn't get a chance to play that because you didn't have a PlayStation or you're now going from you had a Switch and that's all you had and now you're going from a Switch to a PS5. Like now you either have to buy those games or you could be rewarded for finally buying into the ecosystem, late getting to play it. Like they're gonna do whatever they want to do. I've already claimed all of them, so
Me
people
too.
that
I
already
just did
have
that.
it, yeah, people that already have it claim those games because why not? At least then you get to keep them. I just don't think
Mhm.
it's the smartest move to get rid of it because it's free. It's free promotion. Like those game sales are like tapped. Like nobody's actively going out to buy those games.
Right.
You feel me? And you're still letting people experience them because it's like, hey, guess what? I got to buy the console and I didn't have to spend all this money on games. Now I have money to spend on games.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's like you're not paying 500 and then another $200-300 on games. Like knowing like especially the advertiser like knowing you're gonna get something as soon as you open the box outside of Astrobot, like knowing like as long as you're sub to the service, you're gonna have quite a few things to play. That's gonna probably convince you like, hey, like I didn't have to spend that initially, but y'all got a new game coming out next month. I'm gonna go ahead and drop money on that because I got it now. Like I just think it's dumb to get rid of something
Yeah.
that's been positive since it dropped. Like I'd like them to reconsider. They're not going to, but I think that
Yeah.
was like something that they could get some more hands on their legacy titles just for engagement purposes.
And like you said, maybe they removed the third party stuff, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
even that keep it like it's not hurting the sale. Again, these games are dead. What I mean by that is like they don't sell anymore. Now, Last of Us with what we call it, the new with the TV show, is selling more, but still games like Until Dawn. Like when has Until Dawn ever sold any longer?
Yeah.
Like
It
keep it.
hasn't charted. It hasn't charted in forever. Like nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks. I was mad. Like, grandma buys little Timmy PlayStation 5, but grandma don't got money to buy the games, and now she probably is less likely to buy the PlayStation 5 now because she can't afford any games to get with the PlayStation 5 one day when she gets that PS5.
I just want to know what it's costing them to have that, though. I can
Yeah,
understand it's third party, but your own
Right.
first party, it don't cost you shit. Your sales peaked. You made your whatever you were gonna make off that game. Well, are you mad because you have to pay for the server that it's hosted on, like in the store or something? I don't get it.
Like, all you're doing is downloading it from the store. It's not like you're streaming it all the time.
You're right. So I'm like, I just don't see the reasoning why, even if engagement isn't big. Like y'all have consoles out now. Maybe engagement wasn't where it was because it was hard to get a console. Now y'all got them. And you're literally gonna take that away when people are like, I can finally get one. You don't get this though. Fuck you.
Hey.
Like the other people got to experience this for several years. Fuck you though.
Yeah, I just imagine like, say for instance, you got a PlayStation 5 and you have to pass and you get to play the first God of War, and you love the God of War story, and it makes you want to go out and buy the second God of War Ragnarok. Can't do that no more.
Yep.
So
I just think it's like I don't have a logical reason as to why.
Me neither.
Especially when it doesn't. It's not like I said. It's not really costing you money. It's not like Xbox with backwards compatibility where they had to put in man hours to get shit to work and all this shit. Like no, it's just games that are already out that are in your digital store that people can just download for free. That they can download if they're sub to other parts of the service too. But like, it's dumb. Like
I think did Microsoft not do the same thing with removing games from 360 catalog, if I remember correctly?
So some of the Game Pass games get removed that are like usually mostly the time is third party games that get removed after a certain amount of time, but their first party titles stay.
No. I'm talking about
he's talking about the 360 delisting.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, I'm pretty sure a lot of that is license. A lot of that is licensing. Like it's just it's just not feasible for them to keep it.
Rip SSX. That was one of my favorite games on the 360.
But you can still buy them if you want to buy them and keep them. You can go out and get them right now.
My understanding is that. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say also it's very easy to emulate 360 now and to convert if you buy the games, if you can legally buy the games, take a USB drive, plug into your Xbox, transfer the game over, plug into your computer, download an Xbox 360 emulator,
and play it.
There you go.
Yep.
Got all the gears on my computer.
You're not wrong. But yeah, like it sucks that they're delisting it, but I don't look at it as an issue because, like, you still buy it. Like, and when they gave away Lost Odyssey, I was the first person in fucking line. Like, as soon as I saw that shit was free, I'm like, let me go ahead and do that. Like,
yeah, that's great. That is great that they got Lost Odyssey.
Copping that for free, and then I had just spent money on the Blue Dragon disc because I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be backwards compatible, and then they're like, oh yeah.
It's crazy that they let go of Lost Odyssey because clearly that's an IP people want to see return.
Maybe it can. Who knows? I don't know what the fuck Mistwalker's doing. I don't even think that they're even.
They did that Arc Fantasia game, not Arc Fantasia. The Apple game, Fantasia something. It's exclusive.
The Apple one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's something Fantasia. Sorry, not Arc Fantasia. That's a.
I know what you're talking about. It's an Square Enix from the creator, something related to Final Fantasy, and he made the Apple game. I know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that out of all games, Lost Odyssey to get canned and Blue Dragon. It's like you, especially with
Blue Dragon had several things. Like it had it had a show, it had a manga, like it actually had like some.
I remember the Blue Dragon show. That was actually pretty.
Wow,
I watched
really?
as a kid.
What makes it even more mind-boggling is, and this is what I mean with Xbox On Move is mind-boggling, kind of same with PlayStation, is Microsoft have been trying to penetrate the Asian market for the longest, yet you just got rid of two of your biggest ones. It makes no sense. Instead of actually not update them, announce a sequel to both games, you actually got rid of them. So yeah, both companies seem to be, doing some stupid moves.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of that is also there was a split between Microsoft and Miss Walker that probably shouldn't have happened. Like that was their end to Japan. And they had it.
Yeah.
They fumbled that bag like majorly. Like
so just for
you would have we would have had a Blue Dragon 5 by now, bro. Like if I was in control of that shit, like I would have been like, nah, we're gonna figure this shit out.
We'll give y'all update.
I had a good game. I would have played it.
It's a great game. I bought that game several times. Like I have the discs, and then I got the digital version when it went up for sale. I kept the discs. I've had the discs like forever. And then the same with Lost Odyssey.
I don't know if I have Blue Dragon disc. I probably do have it, but I don't. I do have Blue Dragon on disc. I just don't know where it is.
It's like 4 or 5 discs long, like as long as fuck too. Like
I have it.
Great.
I have it somewhere.
I got a buddy in Japan who just started doing streams of Infinite Undiscovery.
Oh, great game!
You guys remember that one?
I like Last Remnant also.
Yeah, Last Remnant too.
What's that?
It's another Tri-Ace game. No. That's not Tri-Ace, right? Last Remnant is that Tri-Ace? I can't remember.
No, I was sorry. I was thinking about the last story. Sorry.
Last Remnant, I was not playing not too long ago. I bought it for cheap.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's a weird game. It's like you need to get used to it, but it got some interesting story.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But again, if you guys were Xbox, would you not have went to Square Enix and said, we want a Lost Odyssey 2 and a Blue Dragon 2? I don't know if it's Blue Dragon from... I don't think it's from Square.
Yeah, neither one is from Square.
No.
They're not from Square, but you forget Mistwalker was made up of a lot of ex-Square employees.
Right.
That's the other thing. It was basically Square Light. That's pretty much what that was.
Lost Odyssey is not from Square?
No, it's not from Square.
No, it's Mistwalker, yeah.
People that do that did Blue Dragon. Same studio.
So how did we get to this on PlayStation Collection League?
Because we used a counter example of why, and then Omar brought up the backwards compatibility shit leaving. So like overall, they
but I think go ahead.
Hold up, backwards compatibility isn't leaving. They're just delisting certain titles. Which
they're taking games off. Yeah,
which is which we always talk about preserving titles and things like that. That's kind of stuck to these titles. Right. But I do believe you can still get Blue Dragon on Steam and stuff like that. So it's not like impossible to buy the game. It's just not available on the platform it debuted on after a certain point.
Yeah, it's not on the 360 anymore.
Right.
But like okay, that's a license. That's a licensing thing. But like PlayStation doesn't have that issue outside of the third party stuff. Like,
is it?
It's not licensing
for Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. Is that licensing? I thought Xbox owned both of those IPs.
Do they own the IPs?
thought they
Yeah,
did.
Blue Dragon, they own the IPs. Otherwise, we would come to PlayStation a long time ago. Same with Lost Odyssey.
Pretty sure they own those
Yeah.
IPs.
They do.
Yeah.
They published those
So if
games,
they
and
own,
Mistwalkers was financially backed by them. So yeah, they own it. It's theirs.
so if they own the IP, do they need to keep paying
No, they own
to
it.
keep owning it?
No.
So then it makes no sense for them to remove it. Then it's no longer licensing. It's
so-
just
But no, the other thing, what also comes in games, bro. You also have to think about the music that's also in these games that I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be licensed anymore.
Well, I think
Mhm.
for RPGs, generally the music is made in house. Also, I don't think that would be an issue. Generally JRPGs, all the music is in house. They're not outsourcing music. I can't think of a JRPG I've played with outsourcing music. Can you, Kofi?
I think Coffee went.
That's cool. But
No. Wait a second. Is he? Did you go? Here?
all right. So another thing that you guys may not fact, being that it's first party, it may actually be going away for a reason. There's a possibility that Xbox may have felt that the game is not necessarily in a optimally playable state at the moment that it's in. So they might be taking it down to remaster it. I doubt they remake
That'd be
it.
nice.
I doubt it gets remade, but I could definitely see it being pulled down to remaster it because they do want to capture that kid audience with a game like Blue Dragon. So I don't.
But now, would you play a remake though? Yes, I think you would.
I don't know if they would actually remake. I think it'd just be a remaster. I don't think Blue Dragon had enough success to warrant a remake. That's a big game to remake.
If it got TV shows and shit, that sounds like a big enough success to warrant something to me.
I feel like that team is like fresh out of that Fantasia game. They might be ready to jump in.
Yeah,
to do something.
They've been mobile. They've been mobile for several years. They've been
because I don't see Xbox, like, I don't really want to be on Xbox right now, but I don't see Xbox delisting an IP that they own for no reason. I kind of think that those games probably get get some sort of.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's only delisted for users on 360. It's not for Xbox One users.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Wait, no. But here's the thing: the Xbox One still uses the 360 store to access it. It's not that simple.
Oh.
So then remember the Xbox One was running 360 in the background in emulation the entire time to make backwards compatibility work. Like versus now an Xbox, it's something that kind of starts when you launch it. It's gone. Like if you don't buy it, you will not be playing it on an Xbox.
Yeah,
that's a dick move.
That's why I was saying I think those games probably are getting some sort of remaster. That's probably why I got delisted.
Yeah.
No, you do that after you announce the remaster. That's how PlayStation does it.
If you own the physical disc, it'll still work, right?
Yes, it will.
If you own it digitally,
you can't purchase it digitally anymore. If you already own it physically or already own it digitally, nothing changes. You just can. It's gonna prevent you from buying it digitally.
Yeah. So when games get delisted on Xbox, you just can't purchase them anymore. If you own them, you can still download them. Like there's plenty of games that are delisted that, like, when I get a new Xbox, like when I got my Xbox Series X, I can still go back and download those games. They don't get
download
removed.
them. Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World is an example.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
If you was one of those people,
it was delisted, man. As soon as I can get to a 360, let me go ahead and re-download this game real quick.
That selling Xboxes with the game pre-downloaded, man, those Xbox 360s went for some money.
But yeah, when it comes to PlayStation, I do believe it's a stupid move, and I wish they would have build upon it instead of can it. But hey,
All right, so we got Jubei, we got Omar, we got Kofi. Nappy, what is your opinion as someone who does not really use a PlayStation 5 and is just hearing of this?
It is.
Well, I just gotta say that Sony's being a real jackass right now because they don't want to spoil their own consumers with good old PlayStation 4 games. I mean, come on now. Like, little Timmy can't play God of War now when he gets a PlayStation 5 from his grandma. Grandma's not going to probably get the PlayStation 5 now because she can't afford the $70 games. What you want her to get? Forspoken for $70? That kid's going to be sad. Come on now.
I have no idea what you just said. Can you stop using that, please?
Basically, what I'm saying is that it sucks. It sucks.
Okay.
It sucks that Sony uses that Sony takes away like this online market to basically allowing like players who got PlayStation 5s who can get like a month free or something. They don't have like games to play with their consoles. They have to spend an extra $70 and especially like with all the recent games that came out, like say for instance, like God of War was an example. Like they could have went back to the PlayStation 4 bundles and got God of War, the fourth one or PlayStation 4 edition, and then be like, oh, this game is great. What's the next God of War? Ragnarok? Let me go purchase this. Or they could have did the same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn. They're like, oh, so Horizon Zero Dawn. What's this game about? Wow, this game is great. There's another one, Forbidden West. Let me go purchase that. It's not like people are not going back to play these old games, so it's just kind of
they're not going back to purchase them. I wouldn't say they're not going back to play.
What? Not go back to play them, but not going back to purchase them. So it's kind of like
it was redundant. It was redundant.
So since Nappy doesn't know, I'll give him the list of games that were in there. It was Batman: Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15, God of War, Infamous Second Son, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil 7, The Last Guardian, Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Until Dawn. Those were the titles that were inside the PS collection.
Oh, so God of War and Horizon wasn't. Okay, well, that sucks. But that's a lot of titles. Monster Hunter World, I mean,
that's the most successful.
That's so much content.
That's the most successful Monster Hunter that sales wise.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter World has so much content, and like I love Monster Hunter World, and it sucks that even though Monster Hunter Rise is still somewhat of a downgrade, it still did very well. I'm actually enjoying that. Detroit Become Human, that is a great Telltale story. Well, I call it Telltales because it's basically a story you just make decisions. I mean, all those listen to the games. Resident Evil 7, I mean, come on now. That's spooky. That was actually a good lineup of games, and I don't know. I mean, it's not the first time Sony like dropped the ball on something that they were like using, like the PlayStation Vita, they dropped that. So the fact that they dropped this too, I'm like, I mean, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Maybe they're like, it doesn't matter because people are going to buy our first party games anyway because they're that good.
Yeah. So,
or maybe they're gonna introduce a different system where they actually build up on it.
Now, if
they could. They could.
You can redeem those games up until May, and if you redeem them, they are part of your collection. But you have to at least add them to your library. Now, my opinion on this is, it is a shame. And I think, I just don't think they really thought this decision through, as well as they should have. If they want to get rid of the PS Plus collection, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to do that, move all of the games into the next tier of PlayStation Plus. Like, still give me an option to play those games, even if they're not necessarily free at the base tier. If they just would have moved it up a tier, but I still had access to the games, will we still be like saying like this sucks today? Yeah, but at the same time, we'd be like, I get it. It makes sense. They gave it to us for free for this many years. They obviously made these tiers for a reason. It gives you more incentive to move up to the next tier, and it adds more value to their service. Because a lot of these games are good games, and they're
Bloodborne.
games, and they're still games that people play. Like people are still playing Monster Hunter World. People are probably still playing. Some people are probably going. People are probably going back and checking out like God of War, which isn't on this list. But I'm just thinking like
I thought it was. That's my fault.
most of these games don't have a live service option. I'm sure some people are going back and playing Call of Duty Black Ops. Most people are in the Modern Warfare though. But I do think that especially with the TV show, I think people would go back and play Last of Us Remastered, but that's the one game I 100% understand them removing because they just made the remake and they want to make as much money as they can off of the remake they just made. So it makes sense to get rid of that one. But I do think that a lot of these titles, not all of them, especially the third-party stuff, not all of them have. The third party doesn't necessarily have to go into the next tier PS Plus, but all the first-party stuff should have went. That's my opinion. Should have went all the first-party stuff should have moved into the next tier PS Plus, and the other titles should have been based on whatever deals they could make with those third-party publishers. Because I don't think it's fair to say
Give me a
all
second.
those third-party games in there.
I think they are most of them are in the whatchamacallit. Because when I was trying to claim them, most of them they told me that I need to upgrade and I should be able to have them free. So I'm gonna go very fast and see if I can own them if I get the essential, basically.
Yeah, if right now
Essential.
it doesn't go away till May. So yes, if you have essentials, you can download all those games right now. But I'm saying PS
No,
Plus. Next
what
tier's
I mean
extra.
is, if you have essential, not essential,
Extra.
whatchamacallit, the next
Extra.
version,
Extra.
you should be able to get them then. So then they are already in the system then. That's what I mean. So what you want, maybe they are already in it. You get me?
Yeah. So, let's see.
I'm trying to look too. I just turned on my PlayStation. It's
Because I was claiming them like literally before I came in, and I saw that I can upgrade.
All right, so I'm gonna I'll go along with you guys. I do have the list right here, so I'm gonna go through the first party. Let's see. See the first one. Let's see.
Okay.
The first party would be Bloodborne. Is Bloodborne in here? F. Blood.
So, for example, like,
Bloodborne.
are you saying that?
Bloodborne is in. Let's see. Days Gone. Days Gone is in. All right. Detroit. Detroit is in. It looks like most of these are in there.
Yeah, that's why. But some you might find a few that aren't, but for the most part, most of them are in there. Maybe that's why they did what they did.
Well, what about God of War though?
God of War is
not even in there.
God of War is in the next tier. God of War is in the collection. I'm looking at it.
Wait, God of War is in the collection.
It is in the
No,
collection.
it's not.
It is.
It is.
It is.
That's
how I
Wait,
play
it
it. It is.
Crash Bandicoot,
It's in the
God of
Give me
War,
a second. I'm gonna look it up.
Fallout, Final Fantasy, and all the other ones you just mentioned, Ratchet and Clank included.
Yeah, Ratchet
Second
and Clank is in there.
Yeah.
So it looks like the one gripe that I have has to change. It's not that they didn't move it to the next tier. is that it didn't announce that, hey, while these are moving from the collection, you can still experience them in the next
You
tier.
can still get them in extra.
Yeah, you
What
have
about
to.
God of War though? It looks like you can't get God of War unless you're in premium, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. God of War's in premium.
That's
2018 I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
That's fine if it's in premium, but communicate that to your customer, because if
Yeah.
that was communicated to us instead of us digging
That's
through
true.
and figuring it out, we're having a different conversation than we started with. So,
And I've got a weird thing.
Oh.
I'm in premium in Japan, but I'm extra in the US, and so I have to jump between to see what.
Wait, how's that work?
So I have a Japanese-based account, so I can get different games. So
Oh, okay.
the games available to me are different. Like for example,
Yeah, like for example, he got a Sword Art Online Etiquette or whatsoever instead of a Mafia collection.
right?
So yeah, they I think the only
So
thing
yeah, it was wrong. Not wrong. They needed to word it differently because everything we wanted, we talked about it. It's already there. It's just not communicated well.
Wow, you know what I just found out? That
found?
Returnal is in the PlayStation Plus collection in Japan.
It is.
Wow.
Wait, Plus?
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not crazy.
Wait, PlayStation Plus collection? That would be sick.
Let me hold
dude.
on. Let me verify because the naming convention in Japan is a little bit weird, where they call it collection, but it's not the same. Here, I'm about to verify.
Returnal's in the US one, according to the list I'm looking at.
No, I was wrong. Never mind.
Nah.
They have a space in the Japanese store called collection, but it's not the PlayStation Plus collection.
Oh, okay. But I say Returnal is in the PS game is in the PS Plus next tier. And that's
is Days Gone in the English one?
Days Gone is in there. Days Gone is in there. I checked. So
okay.
So that brings a whole nother issue with the PlayStation Plus collection leaving. The PlayStation. All right. So when the PlayStation Plus collection was announced, it was so perfectly marketed. It was marketed in such a way that it was the reason that a lot of people decided to get a PlayStation 5.
Yep.
All right. Now some of PlayStation's biggest games are making it into their subscription service, and they are failing to market it. So, if you look in
surprise me.
If you look in contrast, that's because I don't think the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium exists because the PlayStation heads want it there. I don't think the people at PlayStation want the PlayStation service. I honestly don't. I think big Sony said we need to compete. So they're doing it, but they're kind of dragging their feet. That's my opinion. Because
that's actually I agree with that actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if you look at the contrast, where a game like Returnal, big game, they said it was a big game, right? So they believe it's a big game. Why not promote your PlayStation Plus service with hey, Returnal's in here this day? Because, like that's what we see with Game Pass, and people go crazy. Oh, we're getting this game in Game Pass, the 15th. Like, okay. So,
I think because they want to keep selling their games, that's why.
Right. They want to sell them. Yep.
Yeah. So
like the monthly is still something people like, but you know what I mean? Like they're adding like Ollie Ollie World, but that's an indie game that's already out and it's different than Game Pass.
Yeah, but
because Game Pass, you put new releases in there. With PlayStation, no, you don't. That's why. That's the difference.
But even
PlayStation
if you're not,
keeps selling their games.
Even if you're not putting new releases in there, you still need to market when premiere titles go into the service in order to give consumers a reason to go. Like, all right, so basically what Sony is doing is they are expecting consumers to look at PlayStation Plus extra and premium and see what games are in there at the time. And based on what's in there at the time, at the one time that they look at it, they'll decide whether or not to get it. But if nothing interests you the day that you look into the service enough for you to get it, what if 3 months from now a game goes into the service that makes you want to get the service? And the thing is, once you get that service, you never unsubscribe. You're like, all right, cool. Because what is it? It's 64 a year PlayStation Essentials, 99 for a year of PlayStation Extra, and like 120 or 130 for a year the premium, right? So
Yep,
something
like that.
So once you give me a reason to lock into the next tier, I'm locked in, and I'll pay that extra $30 a year. So I mean, I think they're missing the boat on, like, all you have to do is all it takes is Twitter. You don't have to do a commercial or nothing like that. You drop a YouTube video, do a little Twitter press release, you do your PlayStation blog, Returnal, in PlayStation Plus Premium or PlayStation Plus Extra. Like, I think they're really missing the boat. Like because like with the PlayStation Collection leaving, it's an opportunity to market that these games are in.
If I remember correctly, they did announce that Returnal is hitting PlayStation Extra.
It's not a matter of if they announce it or not. It's how you market it. They're not marketing it in a way that you guys are getting that you guys who are PlayStation people are getting excited about it. And maybe that's because a lot of you already own it or something like that. But still, I think people who already own the game would still promote it because they want other people to play it. Like, hey, you should really check this out. It's in PlayStation Essentials now if you don't want to buy it.
Hey, I have a question. Do your games come day one to one of the PlayStation tiers, or the premium tier or something?
No.
First party, no.
They come at least
unless
like
it's a small game.
Yeah, it might be like Sifu or Sifu wasn't. Sorry,
no, Sifu wasn't. Stray was.
Sifu is the first party. Those aren't first party.
But I'm saying non-first party things, they were added day one.
Yeah, so it depends.
Sifu
is stupid.
Sifu is not on there. It might be on your Japanese one, but it's not on the US.
No. I meant Stray. Stray.
Yeah, Stray. No, when it comes to PlayStation, they don't put third party. Nothing put day one stuff in there, which makes sense because they want them to sell. When you pay so much money for for either exclusivity deals or exclusivity deals or whatsoever, then you want that money back. You're not gonna put it in subscription service and lose out on such money.
You're not losing out on money. You're actually making more money.
No, actually, you would lose.
Yeah, long term.
You'll lose in the long term. You'll make more money, but in the short term, you do lose money. That's the reason why Microsoft is doing so well with Game Pass, because they got me hooked on Game Pass, and I kept my Ultimate subscription for almost like 2 years now. Every now and then, I spend my Microsoft points because I use Microsoft Edge, and/or I buy a controller and it just so happens to have a Microsoft code that I can use add-on.
Yeah, so like how many people have subscriptions to things like gyms and Netflix and Hulu's, like just all types of different subscription services, and they never use them. Like
I'm in that category right there, bro. I don't be using Netflix like that, but I'm still paying them. I need to cancel that shit.
Yeah,
that's on you, then. That's on you. If you're
that's how subscription services.
That's how subscription.
No.
Yes,
you pay attention. You pay attention what you're investing in.
You're saying that's on Jubei, but that Jubei is Jubei is representative of consumer behavior. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are subscribed.
And forget, because nobody's gonna miss the $5-10 little dollars coming out there. Kind of like nobody's looking for that unless you're broke. You're not looking for it.
Yeah, there's a lot
and
of
that
people
shit adds up real quick.
There are people who are subscribed to many different things, whether they be TV services, gym services. They have clothing subscription services where they ship you clothes that some people don't even wear. They have coffee. So like, there's so many subscription services out there that I can at least say Americans are subscribed to that they don't give a fuck. They just have it, and they might never go to the gym, but they'll have the gym membership for 20 years and never step foot inside. Like literally, like, and that's where subscription services make more money long term than
they bet on people forgetting about it,
like,
basically.
I will tell you this. There will be people who sign up for PlayStation Plus exclusive, sell their PlayStation, and still pay every month or every year for PlayStation Plus and not even realize it. I guarantee you that they won't even have a PlayStation in their house.
Yeah, they're different than me. When I found out that Microsoft Game Pass went from $5 to $10, I canceled mine.
We're just talking about general consumer behavior. We're not talking about how you specifically spend money. But general consumer behavior, a lot of people get locked into subscription services and they never pay attention to them ever again. Until the card declines, they don't pay it any attention.
Yeah, and I when I worked at Netflix, it's the same shit. It's like, bro, it's like I don't even care if you stay or go. Like we don't have retention. We don't care. Like shit markets itself. Like you're gonna be back at some point or somebody else. Like it's weird. It's just one of those things. Like like I forgot about. Like I've heard that literal excuse. Oh, I forgot about it. And like Pharaoh just said, you don't see until that check don't cash. you don't get access to shit.
I will give you an example. We have cable at my house. Nobody in my house watches cable.
You still have cable?
I have cable. Nobody in my house watches cable.
Are you aware then how much you're losing yearly on that?
Well, the only reason I have cable is that it's because it's a part of my internet package. But I have cable.
Okay,
and
but
we don't watch it.
But
do not watch
are
it.
you paying for cable though?
I'm paying.
Yeah,
it's cable.
He's paying for a package.
I'm paying for a package, and the package is TV, internet, and phone. I don't have a landline that I use, and I don't really watch cable outside of football season. So I
don't know. It might be worth it for football season alone. Maybe, just maybe.
So that's the only time.
It is nice for football.
Yeah, so I have it for football season, and I have it for and that's it. So yeah, other than that, don't watch cable. Like that's just consumer behavior. Whether it's good or bad or smart or stupid, how we spend our money. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. It's okay. People have to tighten up on their dollars soon. The way how the world's going.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason why PlayStation should have kept their service.
The way I'm robbing FanDuel, I think I'll be all right. So they got me. They got me tonight though. They got me tonight. Starting back at 100, but it's all good. We'll be back up in a couple. We'll be back up in a couple days. But this isn't a sport. This isn't a sports gambling channel, so we'll continue on.
Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
PlayStation Collection. So yeah, I mean, I think we all got our piece out on PlayStation Collection, and we do have a special topic. The game has not released yet, but it has done very well on Metacritic. And Omar wanted to get his thoughts out, and anybody who wants to contribute outside of that, feel free. Omar, how do you feel about the Hogwarts collection doing well on the Metacritic scores? So you haven't had a chance
I'm actually super excited about that because there was a chance that IGN even wasn't going to review the game because of the controversy.
But you don't care about Metacritic scores. But you don't care about Metacritic scores.
No. I don't care about Metacritic score, but I do care about developers that care about it. Because here's the thing, though. As a huge Harry Potter fan, I have always wanted a Harry Potter game that's exciting and fresh and new. And this is it. And if this was reviewed poorly, it would have affected its sales wise. Now, with this being reviewed what 86, 87 on Meta, I'm expecting a lot of sales. The cancel culture campaign, not only did it fail, now they're actually resulting in what do you call it? Almost like harassing the streamers that's gonna stream the game, and it.
Oh, that's
So do you?
Yeah.
There's a site. There's a site you can see people that you follow or subscribe
Yeah.
stream the game so that people can unfollow. I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So
And-
so I do have a question. Do you
Go ahead.
believe? Do you believe that franchise such as Harry Potter, I mean, it's like a $10 billion franchise, Quidditch has become actual sport. It's branched out into creating its own universe with the Fantastic Beasts and all that other stuff. Do you really think the game sales would have been impacted by Metascores?
Yes, because at the end of the day, people are gonna focus on Metascore. There's a reason why. Even with Harry Potter.
You think the Metascores would have outweighed the fandom that is Harry Potter?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a big franchise like Star Wars or Harry Potter like be impacted by bad stuff on the outside. Like the fans are going to show up. From what I see.
When is the last Harry Potter game, and what was its Metacritic, and how much did it sell? We can start there.
Harry Potter.
I mean, there was a Harry Potter game on PS1.
Yeah,
there's a Harry Potter game on PlayStation 2.
There's a Harry Potter game on the Game Boy Advance, B, and the Game Boy Color. Them games exist.
Yeah, they exist, and they disappear. Like,
don't say they're trash. They weren't trash. People played them.
Yeah,
so between 2001 until today, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 Harry Potter games, including Hogwarts Legacy.
God damn. And that's counting Legos, right?
So there wouldn't be 20 Harry Potter games if they weren't selling.
This is true.
Them games is making money.
That's 23 years. You got 20 games. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Are they all from the same developer? I don't think so.
No, they're all over the place.
No,
they're all different.
EA did a couple
games.
Yeah,
EA definitely did a couple.
Lego did a couple. 2 of them are Lego games. Well, 4 of them are Lego games. No.
Yep.
Not 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's a Lego game for every movie.
There's
a Lego game for every single movie.
Yeah, 8 of them are Lego. One of them is a DLC, the Hermione Granger Fun Pack. And I don't think these count the mobile game. So there's like a whole slew of mobile games too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mobile games. There are
36 games.
There are 3 Flash. There are 3 browser and Flash Harry Potter games. And I do have the sales, and the two lowest selling games are the Harry Potter collection, so that's like the remaster package, and Book of Spells. But otherwise, every single Harry Potter game has sold at least 1 million. The Philosopher's Stone, I guess, was probably the last one to come out, and that one sold close to 12 million copies. Lifetime, the Harry Potter series has sold 50.43 million copies. So yeah, the games have sold. The games have sold well.
Then
you pretty much say each game sold like 2 mil, like easy, like
on average. On average, yeah.
Yeah. Then we need to see how much this game is going to sell. From the sound of the look of it, it was a top sellers. So
Well,
it said like pre-order numbers for this game were stupid.
well, the difference
Yeah,
They were.
yeah.
It was
a lot of
number
people
one
who
on
don't
Steam.
play games want this game. Like a lot of people
Well,
are like,
yeah.
I'm gonna get a PS5 to get this
Well-
because they think it's only on PS5.
Well, the difference between this game and the other Harry Potter games is that you're not Harry Potter. This game, you're actually in Hogwarts. You get to go to the Hogwarts school and create your own character. So that makes it a lot more attractive to people who have been fans of Harry Potter, who went to go see Fantastic Beasts and all these other films. This is more attractive to them because they get to make their own wizard and be within the Hogwarts universe. So
It was the game we wanted when we were younger. It's like I want to play as me.
like people who read the book and saw the movie aren't necessarily itching to get the same experience a third time in the video game. Boy, go away. I love you too. Go sit down over there.
Oh my god!
Such is like, I love you. Go away.
I love you too. Now get away.
Yeah. But go ahead and have you.
I think
oh no, go ahead, Nappy. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, thank you. I would say Hogwarts Legacy. One, I'm glad that the game could run on GTX 960, so PC players with all types of graphics cards could basically play this game and enjoy this wonderful open world game.
Basically, City Boys up.
To effect, what you say? Yeah, City Boys up.
City Boys up.
Yeah, City Boys up. Okay, it's not we're not getting another Forsaken where we can't run it. We can actually run this open world game, and they look exactly the same graphically wise, which is insane to me. But that's besides the point. But yeah, actually, I think this is like a really awesome game coming out. I mean, I understand the whole like backlash of like what the creator has said with her comments and how people feel it needs to boycott the game. But again, like a lot of developers and I had put like a lot of time and energy into this games, and this game doing well actually puts money into like all the grunt workers' pockets. So please keep that in mind when you're playing Hogwarts Legacy, and don't feel ashamed of playing it. It's okay. You can.
These people don't feel ashamed of shit, bro.
Here's the other thing.
You don't understand. I don't think y'all understand. People role play Harry. Like people was really role playing Harry Potter. Like especially like in college. Like these. They lived Harry. Like literally. Like they don't give a fuck about no J.K. Rowling. B. Like.
I'm just saying. Like I literally went to a bar event 2 weeks ago that was a Harry Potter theme bar event.
Yeah.
Where everyone had their robes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was in Baltimore. Downstate.
Wow.
Yeah. People do not care about no like the reason that Hogwarts Legacy is going to sell 10 to 20 million copies is because fans of Harry Potter get to actually experience the wizard thing that they've been doing in their backyard, in their dorms with their friends for like 2 decades.
I'm not looking forward to the video game awards because this game's going to get nominated, and all the haters. Like I'm very neutral on all this, but we know that people do not want this game to win Game of the Year.
Oh
It probably won't. It probably won't, but it's going to get nominated, and people are going to be like, "No."
The fact that it's going to get nominated,
they can say that, but the point is, there's a trans character in this game. They can say that. Sure, representation does not necessarily mean anything else.
I didn't know that. They actually do have a trans character.
There's a trans character in the game.
Oh wow!
So it's like
when they started harassing girlfriend reviews. That's a channel that is super wholesome and does some fantastic content. That's when I'm like, yeah, people have gone way too far with this one.
Yeah, they have, and honestly, like that's why I'm reiterating again. Like, it's okay to play Hogwarts Legacy. If you want to play Hogwarts Legacy, you can play it. Nobody, like, don't let these people come online, or if you want to stream it, go ahead stream it. If these people come online, let's just like, I'm gonna say prepare for it. Like, get your bots ready and try to take out terms or anything else like that. Anything you can think of that they're going to try to say. It sucks that this game is surrounded by so much negativity, but it really does look like a good game, and it's something that a lot of people want to play.
Mhm.
So again, I'm actually going to get the game for PC. Despite like what other people say, I do know somebody who was trying to say people should boycott this game, and I told him like, "Yo, I'm buying this game day one." We're still friends,
What was his reaction?
but we're still friends. But they were a little
Mm.
salty, and unfortunately they were like, you because they're also like trans, and they were saying like, "Oh, you're not supporting the cause. You don't care about my feelings." And I'm like, "I care about your feelings, but I'm like, no, like this isn't what you're doing. Is not really going to do anything." To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had that personal conversation. We're cool, but yeah, like I just tell people don't feel bad for playing Hogwarts Legacies. I don't want people to like pay for like $60 or $70 for this game, and all of a sudden like they just get a bunch of hate to the point where they like feel like they need to return it just because they got so much negative backlash from like friends or families or just people online in general. People online suck. I'm going to be honest. There's cool people
Twitter is
online.
a huge extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, like like oh my god, I joined Twitter recently, man. I'm interacting with some special people. The Jubei, I followed Jubei into something else that was today that was like what the hell, but anyway, yeah. Hogwarts Legacy, I think it's going to do very well. I really do hope you guys get time to enjoy the game. Jump into the world of Hogwarts, choose your school. What are you, Gryffindor? Are you part of Stakes? Like, you gotta let me know what school you're part of. Because depending on what
I'm
school you're part of.
Slytherin. I did my
Oh.
test and I'm Slytherin. Have you done your test yet or not?
Yeah, I'm a Gryffindor. You can take your house and your wand from the app into the game, so that's pretty cool.
And that's
Yeah.
pretty cool then.
I haven't done the test yet online. I didn't know you could do it on your phone, but that's cool. But I'll do my test to figure out what school I'm a part of. Hopefully Gryffindor. But
I'm gonna have to change my house though because I want them killing curses, bro. I can't be doing that as a Gryffindor. I'm gonna have to be.
So are you gonna go Slytherin?
I'm gonna have to just so I can use those forbidden curses, like, and feel morally okay about it.
oh my god. Oh yeah, just I saw the advertisement for the game where you're setting like other students on fires and it says "Welcome to Hogwarts." Just sending kids flying and sending them on fire. It looked like you're literally burning into a crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Literally
fun.
Be like, yo, killing curse in the middle of the Great Hall. Bye.
Yeah. So, oh, that's all I gotta say. Kofi, you said you got something to say about it?
Yeah.
Kofi? He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, get Hogwarts Legacy, people. Just if you want to get it, just go ahead and get it and enjoy it.
Yep.
Because honestly, you're not going to dent. Trust me, you're not going to dent what's her face pockets. You really not. What do? Get rid of her like 7th condo at most.
She's a billionaire. Like, so yeah, you're not.
Exactly. You're going to get rid of one. You're going to get rid of one condo and maybe 2 yachts at most.
Yeah. Yeah. I just I would just enjoy the game. That's what you want to do. Because I mean, Harry Potter's gonna go on. There's still gonna be more Harry Potter movies. There's still gonna be I won't say Harry Potter since they're done with Harry Potter, but there will still be movies that take place within the Hogwarts. What else do they call it besides Hogwarts? Do they call it anything else? Let's just call it the Wizarding universe. There's still gonna be more of that wizardry universe. Still gonna be more Hogwarts type stuff. I don't even think everything revolves around Hogwarts anymore. With the
It's not.
fantastic, yeah.
I need them to. I need
That's
them to
why
give us some highlights on the other schools. There's a school in Africa, bro. Like we ain't even touched that.
That's why I'm trying to find a different word than just say Hogwarts, because they made the world so much bigger. So I'll just say there'll be more wizarding movies within this universe. So there'll be more wizarding games within this universe. This isn't the end. When they figure out how to make a good Quidditch game, that game will come out. Believe me, it will. There will be a dedicated Quidditch game at some point. There will be they're going to continue to build this out. So just support it. If you don't like the original creator behind it, all I'm gonna kind of say is oh well, because when you look at artists are heavily flawed people. I don't care whether they're in music, whether they paint, whether they play the piano or whatever. They are all typically, the more brilliant you are, the more socially awkward you are, and the more eccentric you tend to be. Whether it's a Vincent Van Gogh or Beethoven or R. Kelly or Chris Brown or Kanye West.
Kanye.
Or heck, Bill Gates. I mean, Bill Gates believes that you shouldn't own anything.
Yeah. Their brilliance comes at a cost, and it's usually a social one. Yeah. That's all I can say in regards to her and her view. You're not gonna agree with a lot of the most iconic artists in any genre. You're not gonna agree with a lot of their, just is what it is. Unfortunately. So that's what I would say on that. But I'm glad the game reviewed well. I hope it does do well. I hope people who buy the game get to enjoy it. And I hope the developers get the reward of seeing people stream and play and enjoy their game. So that's all I really. Unless there's anything else, we're gonna go on to our outros.
No, that's it. That's our outro, and we can do Nappy. Topic next week.
You had a topic, Nappy? You want to cover?
Wait, are you talking about the one I posted in Twitter? I thought we weren't talking. I thought we weren't talking about that, or we were just gonna let that one drop.
Activision having that $35 million settlement.
Yeah, the settlement. Yeah, because they just settled, and so now they don't. Microsoft doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Right. We're not going to talk about this as a topic, but if you guys want to know, Microsoft made Activision pay the damn bill to pay all them people off before Xbox had to buy them out. It cost $35 million to restitute everyone who was negatively impacted by the allegations and the whistleblowing that took place. That is your daily news on Activision and the state of shit that it continues to be in. Now, back to the outros. Just want to thank you guys for coming out. We had a great show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For those of you who enjoy us or want to share us out to other people who don't have the opportunity to watch us on YouTube, we are available on multiple podcast platforms. I do not have the list of those platforms, but it's pretty much on any major platform. When Zero comes back, he has them memorized by heart. If Jubei wants to come in and save me and list out a couple of them, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Go. Did you finish your outro or?
No.
I'm just I guess I'll start with outros. That's cool.
All right. So where can people find you, Jubei?
Yeah, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Castbox, you name it. Into iHeartRadio. If it has a place for a podcast, we're probably in there somewhere.
And you know what? We really don't mind if you log onto your podcast app, hit the play button, and turn the volume all the way down and go to sleep tonight. We really don't. We'd appreciate the extra play. Yeah. But that's if you really love us. But yeah, where can people find you, Jubei?
Yeah, you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else except Twitter. That's Ambu Smokage. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting into Hogwarts after I pick my daughter up here shortly. So that's gonna be a great time. About to be terrorizing some students.
Hold on. Are you going to stream your gameplay that you're going to be doing in a couple hours? Because we do have some listeners here. They might want to watch you if you are.
Yes. Yes, I am. That actually.
Jubei is gonna switch his console over to New Zealand time. So he's actually gonna be one of the first people to play Hogwarts Legacy. And if you're not gonna switch your console over to New Zealand time, or if you're gonna play it on PlayStation and don't have the opportunity to do that, you will be able to watch Jubei live in about 20 minutes, probably, on Hogwarts Legacy. All right. So, Omar, where can people find you, and what else will you have going on during the week? I know you do the Game Slayer thing, and I know you have the anime podcast as well.
Yeah, so people can find me at Caravan_Job on Twitter and Game Player every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, we had a great episode last week. Feel free to check it out. And it's a live button on this show and my show. And yeah, shout out to everyone that came through, chat and panel member included.
All right. And Kofi, the guy who has nothing interesting going on because they stripped away his ability to translate video games. Where can people find you, Kofi, and what can they send you to translate?
Yeah, you can send me any sort of questions related to game translations for especially Disgaea 7, because I'm playing that right now. If you happen to be a fan of visual novels and you were playing or looking at Monochrome Mobius, I could do translations for that. If you're curious about Dragon Quest X, I'll be doing translations, just like my own reviews of the story for that. And what's the next only Japanese game? I think that's it. I think I just got those 3 right now. East 10. So, Falcom releases an action game like every 4 years. The last one was 2019. East 10 will be out later this year, but that's like a fall release. Other than that, catch me on Twitter. I'm going to be posting a long chain tweet of reviews for games. I'm just really trying to focus on finishing Trails right now because I'm like 130 hours. Game's still not finished. So, that's like a huge focus of mine. So I'll catch you all next week. Oh, and hopefully my Eagles win the Super Bowl. But if we lose, I will be very sad.
All right. So Tyler will be very sad on the podcast next Monday. Nappy, we know that you like to provide with our viewers and the consumer with some very high-end controller reviews. Where can people find you, and what will you be reviewing next?
Okay, so for you guys don't know, you guys can find me here on YouTube. All you gotta do is go into that search bar and type in Nappy Senshi. I am the one and only. I've recently dropped a controller review today, as you see in the background. It is the Baton Asura 3 controller, which was a controller you can control the stick sensitivity on the fly, which was really interesting and has some other cool features. The next controller I'm reviewing is, believe it or not, I am actually working on a mobile controller. Yes. So I've been using this controller for the past 6 months on the go, playing emulations, and I just thought to myself, why have I not reviewed this controller yet? And also, I bought $60 worth of mobile games to test this controller out, so you better definitely subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell to let you guys know when this controller review comes out, because I'm testing a lot of games on this.
All right.
I'm buying a lot of mobile games I normally wouldn't buy.
So,
and also for PC controller, I have this one, which is the Baton Asura 2 controller, which is like a budget-friendly controller. And this may come out sooner than later because this controller for $40 performs really well. Like the input latency is almost as fast as my overclocked DualSense controller, and that is straight out the box. So yeah, this controller performs extremely well. So you will look forward to this review as well.
All right.
And also find me on Twitter too, where you can yell at me.
And if you don't know, Nappy Senshi he's from a hidden village of ninja, and once he gets to 1,000 subs, he will award a random subscriber with one of those hidden village bandanas. So let him know what village you're a part of. He sucks at promotion, so I'm kind of helping him out. Show him your hidden village, man. Show him your hidden village. Show him what they get with 1,000 subs. Yeah, you got to show him.
Oh, there it is. Here it is. Yes, the hidden village. You get this.
and then
Personal fists right here.
all right, and he's going to create a Patreon at some point, and for all 3-month subscribers, he will send them a Hidden Village in the Hood a headband.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a part of the Hidden Hood Village, go subscribe to Nappy Senshi, and when he gets a Patreon at some point, join that thing. There
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Helps with controller reviews.
Helps with controller reviews. The more people he has, subscribe to him and on his Patreon, he can review a lot more controllers, and because those things get expensive.
Yes.
So trying to help Nappy Senshi take this to the next level, because he's doing a lot of hard work. And if you want to be from the Hidden Hood Village, you gotta roll with Nappy, because he is the Hood-Kage over there. They don't have a Hokage, they have a Hood-Kage, and that is
Hood-Kage.
He's the Hood-Kage. So if you gotta hit up the Hood-Kage, if you want one of them headbands, start with subscribing to his channel. As far as
much appreciated.
No problem. As far as your boy Pharaoh, I suck at promoting myself as well, but you can find me anywhere you like to find streamers at the Land of Pharaoh. I'm currently not streaming. I am currently in app creation modes. I'm busy creating apps and stuff like that. But sometime next month, you'll catch me streaming again. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Without anything else, didn't miss anybody. You have gotten your weekly dose of vitamin G. Thank you for coming through.